I mean, it was in your care. So, I mean, no matter what,
you're going to feel bad.
Or not, you're going to feel bad, right?
On the broadcasters.
Yep.
Sat in silence for nearly 25 seconds. In the broadcast
Probably
world,
just trying to keep it together.
I guarantee you they were like, kill the mic.
But compared to the other two in this instance, I'm going to say the teacher sucks the least.
Yeah, and you're right, because the teacher, nobody got hurt.
Correct.
I don't know, man.
I can't. It's hard. I mean, listen, if you came to me and said, out of the two school-related ones, your kid almost died on the school bus because the bus driver chose not to stop for a train versus this teacher saying inappropriate things, I want to beat them both up, but I'd be angry at the school bus driver because that's putting my kid's life in danger.
Right, in immediate danger.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As opposed to just being a creepy, weird son of a bitch.
Yeah, like I don't want anybody asking me that question.
No.
Certainly not if I'm sitting there in school. And when you first brought up the story, and I get it, some high schools do call themselves a college.
Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe it's a little bit better if they're all adults.
Now, even then, it's not. Look, if you're over 18, you ask these questions, it's inappropriate, but it doesn't seem criminal to me. But when they're under 18, like, dude, I mean, come on. And why do you keep asking this
I was going to say, like, what?
It's not like he did it once.
Even if you have that in your brain, right? You've done this multiple times.
Over and over.
What makes you think to ask that?
I don't know. He just really wants to know. Because I've seen squirrels get hit a million times, and it's always like they're going side to side. But this thing, I feel like at the last second, it has turned to look at us like, remember what you've done. Move.
Yeah. Now I see what you're talking about with this car. The car really does. It's about 2 feet between the opening on the car and the ground. God, Jesus.
Well, people always say fight or flight, but for squirrels, same thing. Sometimes people freeze.
They always freeze.
Yeah.
They never move.
What was run over? Who ran it over? 206-803 Rock.
He was saying, slow down.
Probably. It was just weird. I'm like, I saw both of his eyes before we hit him. Like, damn, man. And I know they all look the same, but like for whatever reason, that particular squirrel is etched into my brain.
I like that he's in there. Maybe I'm just going to put this in your brain.
Maybe that was it. I'm just going side to side. You see one eye
staring at me.
This thing just turned last second. I mean, just looked right at us and boom. Like, nah, baby, he just has a headache.
I had a family.
Oh, God. My name's Jeff.
I got 3 kids.
Kid was going under the car, like 3 years old. Gets something under the car and backs up over his head and it's like plump and decided to pull it back forward to do it again and found out it was a 3-year-old kid roll over his head. Kid was fine.
Oh, what?
Oh my God.
Kid was fine. I took him to the doctor and everything and got him checked out, and he was fine.
Yeah, but you don't know that because he's 3.
Right.
I mean, when he starts drooling when he's 10, man.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
You're just noticing what's going on right now. Can't look into the future of this. You know what I mean?
I don't know what happened in the future, but yeah, that's what happened.
Well, he might have been okay physically, but I wonder how he did later on there. Well, your head's soft when you're younger.
By 3, it's fused, I guess.
To some degree.
I feel like I've heard a similar story where a kid's head got run over, but because he was like on gravel or something like that, it cushioned the situation enough to where it didn't have the dire effect that you would think that it would.
But somehow I feel like, when adults get run over, it's always their legs or their foot.
Right.
Somehow with children, it's their head. Like, what are you guys doing so different?
You've had 2 of them. They lead with their head, man.
At that age, they certainly do. That actually makes a lot of sense.
The gas garbage incinerators.
Jesus, no.
Burn trash indoors with a gas disposer. Live modern for less. Live modern for less. It might seem strange now, but there was a time when people burned their own garbage inside of their homes. That doesn't sound dangerous at all. I wonder why the lead stare's a thing.
Yeah.
In the early to mid-1900s, gas-powered garbage incinerators were a common fixture in people's homes and would usually be located in the basement or even inside the kitchen. Many people who grew up in the first half of the 20th century remember these appliances vividly, particularly the smell that they would give off that would fill not just the kitchen, but the entire house and even drift into the house next door as well.
Damn.
We had a trash compactor when I was growing up.
Nice.
So it's like this, you pulled it out, and we go, and it would just smash all the trash.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got one of those called my right arm.
Okay, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to use it last night and woke up this morning and was like, I'll just take it out.
What am I doing?
Ooh, well, ahoy there and happy 13th 13th birthday. You know, at the age of 13, your body's going to start going through changes as you go into adulthood. So I talked to my mascot friends. That includes Tony the Tiger, the Tricks Rabbit, Toucan Sam, Snap and Crackle. Papa's on a call with his mother. We didn't want to disturb him. We also talked to Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Lucky from Lucky Charms. And we all said, you know, at age 13, if you want to reach adulthood and be healthy, don't eat any of our cereals. It's just fiberglass and sugar, unless you want tooth decay and diabetes. It's up to you, Crunch Berries.
I know I brought this up before. I used to DJ some bar mitzvahs.
I've heard about that.
Hey, we're always fun.
Yeah, I won't say what I heard, but okie dokie. So it wasn't even a legitimate soccer ball. It's one of those, it's like the soft version of a medicine ball, right?
Yeah.
But as fathers, we are in there with them. There's nothing, quote unquote, dangerous going on. And the kids, like anything, they try to kick the ball as hard as they can. Barely goes anywhere. So I kicked the ball, and I'm an adult. I did not realize how hard you can kick it as an adult, but because the way those balls are made, it goes in the air and it curves, and it bangs this kid directly in the face. Not my kid, it's some other kid. Kid drops, starts crying. His father runs over, kind of looks at me, and I put my hands up like, I'm sorry, dude. And he understood, just like, hey, whatever. So as we're leaving, the people that run it, they're now asking the kids to bring the balls back. And like anything, all the kids are kicking the balls toward where this guy is asking for them. And I kick the ball again, and this thing goes up in the air, and it curves again. It hits the same freaking kid in the face, but here's the thing. At this point, because we're leaving, the father is carrying him like under his arm, so the kid is over his shoulder facing me, and I'm not trying to. And bam, same kid. And I'm like, oh my God, man, the father turned around, and there are daggers in his eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I swear to God, I'm not doing this on
You
purpose,
couldn't if you
man.
wanted to.
No, you couldn't aim that thing to save your life, but same kid. I'm like, we got to go.
What was run over? Who ran it over? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello.
Sounds like you were towing that thing a little bit. That's a bad Adam Sandler movie, man.
But it's the same kid. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And this time he's in his father's arms.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it was in your care. So, I mean, no matter what,
you're going to
if it's your
feel
fault
bad.
or not, you're going to feel bad, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It totally sucked. So
I bet it did.
What was your friend's response? Were they angry at you or just sad about the situation?
Oh, he was just really sad.
Well, yeah, he lost his dog.
Yeah. And it was the younger dog, only like 3 years old, but didn't matter. He really loved stuff. He loved stuff hard. His dogs, his favorite music, whatever.
He's a hard lover.
Yeah.
What happened to his music?
He ran over it, too.
I mean, look. Somehow we've gotten into a little bit of circle here of people knowing the dogs.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to say for the record, I think anybody that hits a dog is going to feel awful.
Yes.
I mean, I remember seeing
anything I hit, I feel awful.
Right. I mean, even you did it because you're a kid, but like nobody wants to run over a squirrel.
No, we weren't trying to, but I know we did.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4509. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my cock, Montgomery, and you, Harleman's Room. On tap today, we celebrate the return of the Red.
Yeah.
On a Bad Choice Friday. Also, the return of Ted versus the FCC.
Yeah.
Plus, headlines, men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite TV time with Ted.
Click, clack.
Drinkity John.
All right, here we go. McDonald's CEO criticized in that viral video throws his mom under the bus. Meanwhile, a woman gets peppers on her sandwich at Subway and makes quite the fuss. Florida duo had a dead alligator tied to the roof of their car. A South Korean searching for a wolf hoped that it didn't go too far. And a civil war just broke out in Uganda among chimpanzees. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, you may remember this story from a few weeks ago out of Texas. Cops busted a party at an Airbnb after someone fired shots, in addition to multiple noise complaints. Now, in my teen years, that was kind of par for the course. The difference in this case was that the party was attended by anywhere from 500 to 800 teens, after it was advertised on social media. Now, the inside of the house was trashed, and the homeowner, as you might imagine, not too happy. Now, I don't want to victim shame here, but a word to the wise. Don't rent your house to teenagers who told you they're going to throw a party. Teenagers don't always make the best life decisions. In Florida, a group of teens, they were caught playing real-life Frogger. In other words, they were dodging moving cars during traffic. In addition to that, they were tearing up the park lawn with e-bikes and other teen-like behavior. As one officer put it, quote, "If you leave teens unsupervised, they will absolutely find something to destroy." This is not a criticism. This is just an observation. It's also not news. But look, not everything we do in our teen years is idiotic. In Australia, a 13-year-old boy, he swam for 4 hours to get help for his family that were stranded in choppy water. 4 hours of swimming. It's not even my kid, and I kind of want to give that kid a hug. Like, that is something. In Texas, a teenager, he rescued an elderly couple from a burning car. Ended up landing himself an EMT scholarship for his trouble. He just said, "Hey, man, I thought there might be kids in there. No one else is stopping." He has that teen energy, went in there and saved these people's lives. So that's the thing about your teenage years. You know, there's a lot of dumb stuff we do. We all do it. Those are the years to do it. And every once in a while, a teenager surprises you, man. Just rises above and beyond. Who the hell knows? We don't know what your teen years were like, but today we plan on finding out with your answer to today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration. We want to know, good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
As a pastry?
Never.
No. I mean, it is, but...
Well,
It is breakfast.
I thought a pastry was something that was more sweet.
Because that's how we generally look at it. But when I looked it up, they're like, it is a pastry. No one's going to call it a pastry, but it's like saying tomato's a fruit. It is a fruit,
okay,
but you're never going to think of it as
And
a
like,
fruit.
if you go somewhere that has like a buffet or a continental breakfast, the pastry area has the bagels.
Yeah, that's a good point. They
Okay.
do.
It's over there by the juices.
And the muffins.
I've gotten with the continental breakfast lifestyle, man. I'm just because the kids volleyball, right? So we're always staying at these hotels, and it's not like you're staying at the Four Seasons, right? I mean, it typically ends with express. And you get up in the morning, they have that ugly green carpet in the kitchen. You go in there, and it's just more sausage, bacon.
They got cereal. They've got toast.
They do.
Most have scrambled eggs. They have orange juice. They
do,
milk.
but those scrambled eggs, man, they get a little.
Well,
I wait for them to put out the fresh tray because they're still kind of light and fluffy. If you get there and it's about half done, they're little.
they got
little
bagels.
dense.
They got muffins. Typically, they'll have a waffle iron.
I stay at a lot of Hampton Inns, but I'm not positive they're cracking those eggs.
No.
Oh, you think
They're
they're dumping
no,
out
they're
the
I mean,
carton-
sometimes
they're
I
carton
use
eggs.
carton of eggs still,
Yeah.
throwing a couple of real eggs if I'm
They're
being
scrambled.
lazy. But like, it's harder to get them not to be kind of soggy and heavier.
I will say there was a place we used to. I can't remember the name of the place now. It's a little restaurant that used to be in the bottom of this building. We called it the Taste of Disappointment.
I called it Sorry We're Open.
But they had pictures of their food. I don't know why I got duped because I knew the place sucked, right? And they had this bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, and it looked so good in the picture. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to get that. So lady's like, cool. She rings me up. She grabs a carton of eggs, pours in Tupperware, pops that in the microwave. I'm like, okay. And then she got that crappy pre-cooked bacon
Oh, it threw it in the mic?
in the microwave, man. So by the time I get up here and I took my first bite, all right, the eggs were fine, the cheese was fine, but the bacon just kept stretching. It was like biting into a piece of rubber. I had to throw the whole thing out. I'm like, I'm actually feeling sick to my stomach. It was so gross. Do not microwave my bacon.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola. Tom, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Tom, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, one more year. You taking a pet, a car, your ex, or your job?
I'm with a pet.
You're going to go pet.
What kind of pet do you have?
I got a cat. 19.
19.
That's a good call then.
Wow, man.
You need that pill ASAP.
Still super spry, too.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
So no, other than you knowing how old the cat is, I would not be able to tell by her actions, right?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
I believe my cat was born like, you say some people have an old man soul. My cat's been lazy forever. She's
Really?
just going to be lazy. So even when she gets, I guess she's 9, 10 years old now, but even when she gets like super old, you can't tell. As far as I can tell, she wakes up and then makes it a point to do nothing and then goes back to sleep. And that is it.
Great life.
And if I go down and visit her, then she will do nothing on my lap. Otherwise, she
Yeah,
just
mine's
does
still-
nothing on the couch.
I'm still dropping out birds on the doorstep. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, really?
I don't get it.
That's cool.
Are the birds dead? Does she at least kill
yeah.
them? All right, my old cat, man, I'm in Baltimore. I don't remember where I had to go, but I'm ironing a shirt, which means something important was going on because I think I ironed a shirt one time in my life. And I see something out of the corner of my eye, and when I look down, there's nothing there. So I'm like, all right, maybe it was a floater. Then I kind of hear something and see something again. It's a baby bird that my cat had brought in but had not killed. All
No,
right?
because you want to play with it.
So now I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I'm kind of in the corner of my bedroom. The baby bird's in the corner, terrified, obviously. My cat's just sitting in the doorway doing that weird tail flick. Like, oh, I got more plans. So now I felt kind of bad. And I'm like, all right, man. So I pick up this baby bird. And again, it's terrified. It's in the palm of my hand. The cat's trailing right behind me. I open up the slider to the backyard, and I gently launch the bird into the air. I did not anticipate how quickly my cat snatched this thing mid-air. Oh, just took it out. I felt even worse. I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, it's like skeet shooting.
Basically, that's what it was. It was skeet shooting. I'm just not thinking about it. So I tossed this bird, and my cat just shoo. It's like, okay.
My buddy, him and his wife had this cat that, like, it almost was like a little bobcat.
All right.
So they made like a fenced-in area outside and gave it like a cat door. But that was the same thing. It kept bringing in like half-alive animals
Well,
that it would catch outside and just be like, here you go.
That's what outdoor cats do. That's why
don't
they
know.
go out. They go out at night and they hunt.
I had a cat who did that. The girlfriend I was with at the time, she was terrified of mice. So we had the cat. The cat had caught a mouse. But the cat walks into the living room, and the mouse's tail is sticking out of the cat's mouth. And the cat has like the puffed out cheeks, right? But the tail is still moving. Like, she lost her mind. I'm like, just eat the goddamn thing. It was a whole disaster. So, yeah, you want another year of that. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Here is your question. The novel The Great Gatsby is set in what decade?
I believe it's the 30s or 20s. 20s.
Whoops, sorry. You're right.
I got it. One and done.
But before we let you go, 50-50 question for you. True or false? The United States is the biggest donut-eating country in the world per capita.
I'll go true.
Canada.
It's Canada, believe it or not.
Oh,
Tim Hortons.
Because of Tim Hortons.
Yep, that's it.
Bro, that place is no joke. We were up there, we were in Vancouver 2 weeks ago, 2.5, whatever it was. There's a Tim Hortons directly across the street from the volleyball tournament. The coffee was good. I got a chocolate chip muffin that was good. I was telling Ted they have like a mini French cruller. Ooh.
Yeah.
And just because I was wolfing down the chocolate chip muffin, which was pretty heavy, but I still wanted a French cruller. And I'm like, I cannot believe how small they are. It was so freaking good, man. That place.
Did your kids enjoy that?
Yeah. He's all about it, man.
I bet Timmy's would have a much better breakfast sandwich than that one you were describing.
Bro, that breakfast sandwich, that is the worst breakfast sandwich I've ever had in my life.
Game is Big W, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitcholas.
Matty on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Team sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy there, Matt.
Thank you.
Okay, last one more year. You taking the pet, the car, the ex, or a job?
I'll do a pet also.
Okay.
What's your pet?
Part-time dog.
What time? You said part-time dog?
Yeah, a friend of mine has a dog. I just kind of take her part-time.
Ah,
She
okay.
wants to go.
Oh, wow. I've never had a shared pet.
No. I watched our boss's dog once, and this dog had a very specific diet, which we adhered to. It was only like 2 or 3 days, but he gave us a pizzle stick to give his dog. Anyway, boss comes back 3 days later, takes his dog home. About 2 hours later, he's like, hey, was my dog all right at your house? I'm like, the dog was absolutely fine. It's like, she just had a stroke, and we took her to the vet. I'm like, bro,
my God.
It was not on me. We followed your directions to a T. I felt. He never asked me to watch his dog again, though. There's that benefit. All right. Your question. In the world of explosives, what does TNT stand for?
Dynamite.
That's exactly right. Dynamite. Yeah, I mean, I've heard it, but I couldn't pronounce it right now.
Everyone hears it all the time. Can you remember, Miles?
No.
Trinitrotoluene.
I would have never got that.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, never mind.
No.
Does anyone know the difference between dynamite and TNT?
Ooh.
I don't, because, I mean, they look the same.
I think it's the
right?
same.
A couple molecules.
I know you're making that up, but you might be right.
I mean, it's got to be something
Or
like
there's some
that,
difference.
right?
I just don't know what it is. All right, your question. Joe Shuster is best known for co-creating what superhero?
Spider-Man.
Batman.
Superman.
Oh, Superman.
And that's the name they came up with. You know, later he got Iron Man, Black Panther. Like, just call out Superman. Okay,
He's super.
He's super. He's a
super.
man. The Superman, yeah. All right, your question. On Sesame Street, which two characters live in an apartment at 123 Sesame Street?
Got to be Bert and Ernie.
Yes,
Gotta be.
indeed.
Yeah.
Gotta be Bert and Ernie.
They're the only guys that have an apartment, right? Like, because Oscar's in a trash can.
You're going to have to rub it in. He knows.
Well, the cat lives in a castle.
Did he have
Does
his own
he?
castle?
He's always just hanging on the street. Same with Big Bird. But like Bert and Ernie, the only two we really saw at home.
All right, so that's a question. Where does Big Bird live? Does he have?
He lives in a nest.
I don't know.
He's a big bird.
I know, but I feel
All
like
birds live in
Sesame
nests.
Street addressed that.
What do you think he can walk into an apartment building with being 7-8 feet tall?
Do penguins live in
basketball.
nests?
I mean, basketball players do it.
Yeah, that's a good point, Miles.
Yeah, do you think it's easy for them to find a hotel with a bed big enough where they're gonna have to sleep diagonal?
I'm just saying, the more you think about it, maybe they were all maybe they didn't live in the neighborhood or they were homeless. But Bert and Ernie are the only two with a domicile.
Like, everyone else
Well,
was homeless.
Kermit lives in a pond, right?
Yeah, he had a lily pad, I believe.
Miss Piggy lives on a farm.
Does
she?
Did she?
You're saying that.
Well, that's not Sesame Street, though.
I mean,
That's Muppets.
That's a good point. Right, she's Muppets. What about Elmo, right? So he's like the big hot star. Where the hell does he live? Because, right, Bert and Ernie we see at home.
I bet
Elmo's a couch surfer.
No, he lives at DuPont Circle.
All right, Capitol Hill, all right.
Game is Big Dummy 206-803. You didn't know that about that?
Yeah.
Elmo's sweet.
Elmo Elmo loves everyone. Elmo's a freak.
If anyone would be a freak,
Oh, yeah, it's Elmo.
Listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Odyssey premiere there of the new Evanescence. Hola, Bachalas, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,509. There you go, Ted.
Thank you, bud.
What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat on this also positive Friday. The exciting return of Ted versus the FCC coming up. And as Ted got his first win last week on the program, we have a brand new Ted versus the FCC. This comes from our buddy Eric, who says, P.S. Suck it, Ted. And it deals with Connie's Bunt Cake Shop, which is next to her fish shack. And she cooks Bonnie's fish in her bunt out back. People crave Connie's fishy bunt. Apparently, you can smell her bunt from out front.
Huh?
It's Ted versus the FCC coming up at 4:35. You ready
I
to get
like
one?
a bunt cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Actually, you know what they are, generally.
What is a bun cake exactly?
It's just the one with the hole in the middle, but I don't know. Is that a specific recipe, or is it just you put any
So
cake
like
in the
pound
bunt
cake.
pan, and that's a bunt cake, right?
Well, no, because
No.
there's angel food cake.
Thank you.
And that sometimes comes in that pan.
Crap, right?
Yeah, so, yeah, bunt cake is a specific cake.
Okay. We'll find out coming up at 4:35 with Ted versus the FCC. Of course, we will drink and toast to the weekend. It's Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Shame on. Men's Room Return to the Red Party and Chess Tournament is tomorrow at Black Raven Brewing in Woodinville. Doors open at 1. Party starts at 2 o'clock.
Yes, indeed.
No originals taking the stage. If you get a ticket, you'll be able to take a 6-pack of the Red home. Castle was cool enough. We've got a keg of the Red now sitting in our kegerator.
And we got to try it.
Yeah.
It is really, really, man, I want to say this about Black Raven. I have not had a beer from them that I don't like.
No, they're all fantastic.
They really are. This is up there, man. This is good.
I wore my Taylor Swift red shirt for the people watching us on YouTube at KISW Rock.
Oh, I
that's
thought
why
it was
you
just
are.
Taylor Swift Day.
No, it's the album Red. It's her shirt from.
Is that the name of the album?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I'm celebrating the Red today.
Yeah,
It's the
I
return
get
of the
it, I get
Red.
it.
Thrill and I are more of showgirl era.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Follow you.
Yep.
So the latest thing that just came out.
Yeah, we love Ophelia.
All right. Okay.
Was that
So-
that album?
I think so.
Okay. I don't know. She just puts out so many albums. Man. Like, I
I'm
really
trying.
don't-
I'm getting in the water. It's
Wait,
over my
didn't
head.
she just put? No, that was Adele who did it by age, right?
I thought you were going to wear your Simply Red T-shirt. Holding back the years. We celebrate the return of the Red on a Bad Choice Friday with Toby Keith.
Red Soul.
Sounds like a kid song.
Basically, that it does.
You up, proceed to party.
Like I can picture kindergartners singing this, having no idea what they're talking about.
Music class, the woman who comes in twice a week or whatever.
I've heard in England they throw American parties, and the Red Solo Cup is a huge part of it.
Oh, that's how you know.
Yeah.
Toby Keith and Red Solo Cup taking on Prince on a Bad Choice Friday.
I believe this is the stickers put on albums.
Yes, that is correct.
This was the one.
This is kind of today is more of a, do you want the better song or the mood song? Red Solo Cup's kind of a mood.
Oh, yeah.
This is a better song.
Right.
By leaps and bounds.
Return of the Red Party. Again, doors open tomorrow at 1. The party starts at 2 o'clock. With the purchase of a ticket, you get a 6-pack of the Red to take home with you.
Yep.
Keep in mind, if you're 21 years of age or older, you need a ticket to get in. Yes, they will be available at the door. If you want to bring the little ones to hang out, they get in absolutely free. And even if that little one is 20 years old,
Yep.
anybody under the age of 21 is free. If you're 21 and older, you need to buy a ticket, but that includes, again, the 6-pack of beer for you to take home. And a performance from the new originals, which is probably worth every penny.
And you can watch people play chess. I mean, like, it does not get better than that.
Good times. What's that guy's name? Josh?
Who? Oh, the guy that...
Is he coming?
Guy, I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't even really listen to ours.
I mean, he listens, the Daily Mix Show. I don't know if he listens
Yeah.
to ours or not, but either way. All right, today we're going to talk about your teenage years, and there is a reason, up until the time that you are 18 years old, that you can get away with some really crappy stuff and bad stuff because you're technically not an adult. Yes, there are a couple years after that where you are, too.
Right.
But after that point in time, man, you are pretty well given a lot more leniency as far as the law goes. Now, if you damage property, that could be on your parents.
Sure.
There's a whole lot of ways that you can get in trouble. Also, on the flip side, a lot of kids, as you said, they do good things.
I didn't say a whole lot of kids. I said some kids do some great things in their teen years.
Yeah.
I don't know about a whole lot, but I'll put it this way. A whole lot more do dumb stuff, and you should. That is the time in life to get it out of your system.
Yep. Parents out of town, what's the first thing on your mind? I'm going to throw a party.
That's what I did.
Thinking to yourself that the neighbors that you've known your whole life will never say anything to your parents when they get back. Like, what a rager your kid threw on Friday night. Like, you become oblivious to every single thing. Like, I can get away with this. And the answer is no. No, you can't.
My neighbors did not dime me out. Honest to God, my mother looked at a round candlestick. I still do not understand how this worked. Looked at a round candlestick sitting on a fireplace mantle from 20 feet away. And before I realized that was her key, she said, "You threw a party." She was already pissed. Like there was.
Well, who
I
touched
couldn't
it?
lie
Who
about
moved it? Why are people touching crap?
Because teens do that, right?
Correct.
If I threw a party at my house now, my wife was going out of town. She said, "Don't throw a party." I could probably get away with it because the adults you invite, we would just sit around, drink, probably trash the basement a little bit.
It would also be kind of weird.
It would be.
If you were like,
my
hey,
wife said I can't throw a party.
Look, if you're throwing a party, the problem with it is, back in the day anyway, word gets around. So even though you have your core group of people that you've invited to these parties, you're going to get some outliners, and they're the ones that are probably going to rob you blind, destroy stuff, because they don't really know you that well.
And they don't care.
Yeah, and it's,
we did it.
It's a party.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We're going to throw down. We kind of know these people, know a few people who invited us to the party, but not my house, not my problem. We're going to throw down and get messed up, and that's when bad stuff can happen as well.
And also, when you're that age, you do stuff that as an adult you can look at and go, that's crazy. Like, I remember being at a house party, and somehow it turned into dudes shirtless, like doing wind sprints up and down the street. But it's like 10:30, 11 at night.
Right, yeah.
Right? But, like, at the time, it didn't seem that crazy. But
Because
now
every party was like that.
Right, but now I'm thinking about it. If I just saw a bunch of teenagers, like, eventually I'd be like, what are you guys doing?
Mm-hmm. And if you looked at the social media post, you'd be like, that's my house.
That's why I'm so
That's
glad
my
social
house.
media did not exist.
Why? What is going on in my house right now?
Oh, yeah.
I was smart enough to tell my neighbors the one time I threw a party. The neighbors across the street were younger.
All right.
So they were kind of like, and I just said, hey, just do me a favor. Just come over and find me if it's out of control. And they were like, okay. And then the neighbors to the left of us, I mean, it sounds bad. The guy was just kind of a dorky dude. So I told him the same thing. So the neighbors across the street were fine.
Yeah.
But then, of course, a fight broke out because we mixed up the Laurel crowd with the Greenbelt crowd. And I just remember a dude getting thrown up against a window, and I could see down like a basement window, and the dude next door was shook. I mean, he was so scared. So I just ran over, knocked on his door, and I said, I'm kicking them all out. Please don't call the cops.
And it's what's weird in your teen years, that there is that friction, whether it's like from rival high schools or girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever the
Something
deal.
stupid.
There's always some dumb crap. And then you get older and you realize, like, if you meet somebody from your hometown as an adult somewhere else other than your hometown,
Super happy
you're
to
best
see it.
friends.
Oh, yeah.
What high school did you go to?
Oh, I hated that high
The
school.
rival. Cool.
Yeah.
I hated them. But now you're best buds. But when you're that age, you're not. This is like the biggest enemy you could ever have in your life is whoever these people are on that side of town, or whoever these people are who go to this school or play for that team, or whatever the deal is.
You do it in sports when you travel.
Yeah.
Right? Like, as a Seahawks fan, you hate the Niners. But, like, this summer, if I'm in Ireland and I see a Niners fan, I'll be like, yo.
And you'll talk smack, but it's happy smack.
Yeah, right.
It's fine. You're drinking beer. A guy talked to me yesterday, all right? Miles and I were outside smoking. This guy's like, hey, man. I don't remember him. He's like, I was your neighbor in Greenwood. Oh, he said, I was your neighbor. I'm like, where? He's like, you lived across from the rickshaw. I'm like, all right. He's like, I was in the party house next door. All right, so there were two groups of people that were in this house, but the owner always rented it out to late teens, early college students. And he goes, we used to throw all the parties all the time. It's the first thing he said. And I said, I do remember that. And he said, man, you were pretty cool about it. I said, look, I get the age. You know what I mean? So I did not care. You're going to make noise, but nothing crazy happened. And then I brought up the one time my fence got knocked down. He goes, that wasn't us. We had moved out when that happened. He gave me the year he moved out, so he's right. So at this point, 3 young girls had taken over this house. I was in New Orleans when the fence got knocked down, all right? But they throw a party every weekend. No big deal. It is what it is. My wife calls me in New Orleans and says, look, they had a party, and to your point, 2 guys got in a fight over a girl about whatever. One of the guys basically got thrown through the fence. The fence came down. I said, well, you need to let them know I am out of town. I will be back at that time about 36 hours. That fence needs to be back up and repaired by the time I get home, and they won't have any problems. So My wife handled her business, as she said, early the next morning. She's like, I knew they were hungover. And she just screamed, explained the situation. The girl said, well, we don't know what to do. We don't have the money. Now, my wife was a little more forgiving. She calls me and says, look, man, they don't have the cash. I said, this is not my problem. So when I get back to Seattle and I arrive home, that effing fence needs to be up, or they're going to have to deal with me. They don't want to do that. When we landed, the fence was back up completely. I don't know what they did.
They fixed it.
But my wife put the fear of God. But the only time I said something during one of the parties, same thing. I hear this guy just raging out front. He's pissed. He's shirtless. We've all seen this guy, right? His buddies are trying to calm him down. And again, it had something to do with the girl inside. I don't know the whole thing. I'm on my balcony smoking a cigarette, right? So I'm just kind of watching this thing. And as he's, venting to his friends about what that bitch did, he slammed his hand down on the hood of my car. Mm-hmm. And that's when I said, hey, man. And they all looked up and said, I know you got S going on right now. I said, if you touch my vehicle again, I'm going to come downstairs and I'm going to end you. Do you understand? He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, get it together. I don't care. I don't even care if you scream in front of my house. I get it. If you touch my goddamn car again, that's the last thing you're going to do. Do we understand each other? I do. I'm sorry. Then he put a shirt on and went back inside.
Everything's cool.
Yeah. It's just so dumb. But that's when I felt old. I'm like, I am now officially the old man.
Well, when you're worked up with your friends, too, and then somebody from the outside says something, it almost just kind of snaps you out of it.
And he was pissed, and I get it. He was drunk, and like, dude, I completely get it. Don't touch my car. That's what, kick the sign down the street. Keep yelling. It's kind of cool.
But when you're a kid, it's like
you don't think about it.
One guy used to kick my ass like twice a week on the way home. I mean, for years. It was just what we did.
Yeah.
We just squared up. He was also 2 years older because he failed.
I think that's what we did. I took a beating, and he did.
Basically, yeah. He just waited for me and beat my ass. You know what I mean? But I
tough
saw,
guy. 2 years older.
When we got to high school, we played football together, and we were in the same class. He was just 2 years older.
He sounds brilliant.
Well, okay, I'll give you an idea. He used to drive me to junior high sometimes and pick me up. Even okay, I'm in
eighth grade.
I'm in ninth grade, eighth grade. Our junior high was to ninth grade. There was only 3 years of high school.
Still in the same class.
I went to eighth grade twice. My birthday's late in December, so I was still basically the same age.
Yeah.
The next year.
But you know what?
I just went from being young in the class to being.
But we saw each other later in life, always giving each other a hug.
Of course.
I throw him crap on Instagram to this day. We both love seeing each other and hanging out. We hated each other growing up.
Of course.
There was a guy I played football with. He was a quarterback at one of our rival schools, Grafton. And this guy was good. And I almost beat his ass twice, but every single time something would happen. And I mean, he would come back and win the game and just piss me off. So then, I think, matter of fact, he even picked me off one game.
Right.
Not only did he, score 20 more points than we did, he picked me off and ran into the end zone for a touchdown. I'm like, this guy.
Did he give you the Dion?
I hate this guy. So in baseball, I would throw at his head because
that's fair.
I hated him.
Right.
And he would throw at mine if he was pitching. So it was one of these things. But we both ended up playing college football, and he ended up going to Pitt. But he played quarterback at Pitt, and I was just a fourth string punter for the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Yeah.
But at the end of the game, I ran out on the field. We saw each other, give each other a big hug. He's like, "I hate you," and I'm like, "I hate you too, man. Great game." All right. Just weird, you grow up. So our question: good or bad? What is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK. Grover ain't a freak.
Tickle me.
Hello, it's right
Chuck.
there. Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Tommy, playing for Team Sober?
I am.
Okay. What is going to last one more year, Tom? Are you taking your pet, your car, your ex, or a job?
The car, probably.
Okay, what kind of car you drive?
I have a Nissan truck.
How old is it?
It's only a couple years old, but it's honestly probably the best option of the other three.
Okay. What are you driving, a Frontier?
Yes, actually, it's not bad. It's a good truck.
Okay.
No.
Good truck.
Do you have any pets?
No, we don't.
Okay, good. Because you said this is the best option of the three. And I'm like, if this man has pets, and he's like, F them.
Do you have an ex?
Well, I do, but I haven't seen any of them in probably 3 decades.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Damn. Okay. All right, here's your question. In what state would you find Yale University?
That's New Haven, Connecticut, I think.
Boom. One
I
and
just
done,
asked
Tom.
the state, brother.
Nice job.
All right. All right, before we let you go, true or false? According to scientists, roughly 1 in 12 rams are gay.
True.
1 in how many?
They say about 1 in 12. For whatever reason, they say
Who do you
they
think it is, Aaron Donald?
exhibit exclusive same-sex
Puka?
preferences. Puka want a polka.
I don't know.
I want a puka.
So many options.
Got to do a little stat about the
Hey,
Rams.
brother, can I puka?
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803.
Dummy!
It's always the kicker, Ken.
My puka face. Hello, Derek. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Derek, sober, not sober?
Sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, one's going to last for one more year. You taking your pet, car, ex, or a job?
I love my cat. My car's about to die, but I'd give it to the ex.
You would give it to the ex.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What, is she in prison for life or something, or what?
She's passed.
Oh, damn.
Wow, that got dark.
Okay. Is that why she's an ex?
Not necessarily. We had split up for 3 or 4 years before.
Okay. All right.
That still sucks.
that's
But she has a kid, so it's like, ugh.
Way to bring the room down, Derek. You know, we're just trying to have fun, man.
And Derek, I hate to tell you, but that doesn't count.
Oh.
If I can't bring Tigger back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I'm sorry. That's a horrible story, but we got to play by the rules.
I love that you still
Okay,
come
well,
over the top of rules. Like, man, that's a sad story.
I don't care about it.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't. Not in this poll.
Then my poor car. It is.
All right. That's a terrible, tragic story. You know, left the kid behind. But doesn't count here.
All right, the car. Yeah, she's already gone. You can't count it.
All right. All right, Ted.
Yeah, I'm going to hell.
All right. I'll see you there.
We'll all be there.
Wow.
We got a tea time at 8 a.m., Miles. You'll be good to go.
Right.
Yeah. Don't ask for leniency from the Honorable Judge D. Ted
Beautiful
Smith.
course. Winds the river Styx.
Yeah.
Smoke all the things we want.
All right. Derek, here's your question. Botticelli's Birth of Venus features a goddess floating in the ocean on what?
Jelly? I have no idea.
Did you say jelly?
Now, what is it again?
I literally have no idea.
You've seen this before. So, Botticelli's Birth of Venus features a goddess floating in an ocean on what?
A cloud?
A clamshell. No, come on.
Like this?
Yes. You've seen the like,
doing the
just
splits?
Google it. You've seen it before.
All right.
I do like jelly though.
I believe you.
All right. Alaska is the state with the longest border with Canada, but which state has the second longest border with Canada?
Greenland?
What state? What
It's not
US
state yet, my guy.
Oh, state. Sorry.
It's got to be one of two.
Say Montana?
That was my guess. That
Michigan.
was Ted's guess. It's Michigan. All right. Question number 3 for you. What's another name for a groundhog? What's another name for a groundhog?
Oh.
A dirt weasel?
Did you say dirt weasel?
Yes.
Woodchuck.
Woodchuck or whistle pig?
Oh, whistle pig.
Hey, Derek, do us a favor. Hang on the line there, man. We got to jump to a break.
More Big Dummy on the way, 206-803 Rock. a lawsuit. On December 2024, I was ran over by a jacked up truck. Yes, it hurt very bad. Ended up in Harborview for 6 weeks. But I'm alive and I can walk. Rock on, guys. Damn. You should call the advocates.
Yeah, no kidding.
For real.
We were around 18 crossing the street, and my friend who was on cocaine tried to run across thinking he could make it before the Subaru Forester did. He couldn't. He jumped last second, caved in the windshield, and did a couple flips in the air. He didn't want to get in trouble for the drugs, so he popped to his feet and ran away. Went to the hospital the next day with 6 broken ribs.
I was going to say, because he's on cocaine, my guess is that he got up and left.
Yeah, probably.
And he did.
Either way, you're still going to have an adrenaline rush.
The adrenaline
one way or
rush,
another.
Add cocaine, that and PCP. Like, oh, there's something broken, bro. You just have the energy right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think any drug or alcohol and with the adrenaline, right? Like when I had that giant hematoma on my hip from sledding, like we had been boozing, doing shots of Jaeger, so like it didn't feel that bad that night.
Oh, of course.
But as soon as I woke up in the middle of the night to like go use the bathroom, I was like, oh my God, this is bad.
Guys, I was ran over by my mail truck while working. Had the window down, no seatbelt, because going 30 seconds away to the next stop. Hit a slick spot in the road, lost control of the mail truck, hit an embankment that was ejected out of the window, ran over twice before the mail truck came to a stop on top of me. The guy saw it happen, thought he was walking up to a dead body for sure, but I was just laying there, waiting for help. I'm a bartender. One of my regulars left the bar drunk. He was walking home and passed out in the road, and he was run over by a car. He was given a 1% chance of living when he was airlifted. The doctors had to reconstruct his bladder from a piece of his intestines and 6 pounds of titanium to rebuild his pelvis.
6 pounds?
6 pounds.
Damn.
He spent 18 months in a nursing home, but he lived. He was only 25.
Wow.
That's an easy way to gain 6 pounds. Yeah. I mean, you can't,
it's not my diet.
You can't shake the titanium, man. It's always going to be there.
Yeah.
My daughter and her hubby were driving back from a concert one night and ran over a rabbit in their Tesla. That little bunny caused $18,000 in damage to that car. Nothing mechanical. Guys, I once ran over a bush in front of the front window of my driver's ed school when I was headed to my very first day of driver's ed. I was mortified. Not good.
That's a good look.
What if you knocked over like a plastic parking thing? You know, like they don't come here.
Yeah.
You got to report that to that building, or you just leaving it?
Why are you asking?
If you're supposed to, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to.
Yeah, I'm sure they would like you to, but I'm just saying, me being me, considering what it is I hit, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Okay. How recently did this happen?
Probably good 2 years ago now.
Okay, so last week.
No.
That's how I would say.
You know the parking lot. It's a very tight lot.
Man, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Say nothing. They're fine.
Guys, my roadkill stats are 1 cat, 1 big bullfrog, somewhere around high double digits to possibly triple digits for lizards and small frogs. Lizards were on a stretch of road somewhere between La Paz and San Jose and Cabo. Frogs were on a short stretch of road in Japan. I was not trying to hit any of them. And another. We were in the desert of southern Utah with our Jeeps, exploring the remote canyons when I was a kid. There were a lot of cows in the area, and they were constantly walking down that road, leaving giant cow pies. Our Jeeps did not have any mud flaps, and the tires stuck out from the fenders. So every time we ran over a cow pie, it would flip up into the Jeep and land on us or in our friend's Jeep behind us. By the end of the trip, we all had random cow poop all over us.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Good times. Okay, time for a couple of emails about birthdays. Brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Let's see what we got here. Hey there, guys. I was hoping to make a less traditional birthday shout-out to Chancho, who is celebrating his bar mitzvah and 13th trip around the sun today. He and his dad are big fans of the show and watch the YouTube live stream every day at KISW Rock. Thank you for everything you do. He would love a fish sandwich and the captain talking about giving advice on getting older. Thanks, guys. That's from Haley in Tacoma.
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Ooh, well, ahoy there and happy 13th birthday. You know, at age 13, your body's going to start going through changes as you going through adulthood. So I talked to my mascot friends. That includes Tony the Tiger, the Tricks Rabbit, Toucan Sam, Snap and Crackle. Papa's on a call with his mother. We didn't want to disturb him. We also talked to Count Chocolate, Frankenberry, and Lucky from Lucky Charms. And we all said, you know, at age 13, If you want to reach adulthood and be healthy, don't eat any of our cereals. It's just fiberglass and sugar. Unless you want tooth decay and diabetes. It's up to you. Crunch berries.
I know I brought this up before. I used to DJ some bar mitzvahs.
I've heard about that.
Hey, we're always fun.
Yeah, I won't say what I heard, but okie dokie.
All of which all says my husband Chris's 44th trip around the sun. He recently ruptured his quadricep tendon, needing surgery. He's pretty down and out during what's going to be a very long recovery process. So can he get a your penis is too small?
Oh, yeah.
Turtle sex, fish sandwich, cut that bitch off, and Coach Ted telling him to keep his head up and to keep pushing. Thanks, guys. Appreciated that from Nicole.
I think Nicole is talking about how he has sex.
I'll cut that bitch off.
Oh, cut that bitch off. My bad. Hang on there.
Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
All right, what do you say he tore there? It's quad, right?
Quadricep tendon.
Oh, all right. Coach ain't going to lie to you. This is going to be a rough one.
Oh, yeah.
Now, whoa, Coach, I'm being dead serious on this one. Do the rehab. Do what they tell you. You'll be back in a few months, and what seems 3 to 6 months seems like a long time. It'll be nothing. But just do that rehab, because honestly, if you don't, you're going to be limping for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
BG.
Y'all's a
99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
It's a bigger party we've ever thrown. Owner of the Airbnb rental property in North Texas says he approved a party of 7 people, not the hundreds who showed up. Police in Salinas say between 500 and 800 teens
Jesus.
Flooded the home on Choate Parkway on Saturday after a party was advertised on social media. There were more than noise complaints. The police chief said reports of shots fired happened. Men with guns making threats at the front gate, prompting a swift police response. Officers who arrived on the scene discovered the massive party and moved in as the crowd dispersed, later hearing multiple gunshots and searching the home. No gunshot victims were found. 2 people were arrested, one on a minor DUI charge and another on an unrelated aggravated assault. The homeowner said the house was left heavily damaged. Broken fixtures, furniture piled in the garage, and blood on sheets and towels. The granite countertop was broken because it looked like kids were dancing on top of those. We were totally shocked, he said. Our question, good or bad, what is your best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
I'm just curious, how many kids do you think even attended your high school? Freshman through senior year?
Oh, God, not that. Maybe my graduating class was 200.
That's what I mean.
So probably 650 to 700.
Take every single kid in your school, put them in one house, and throw a party.
Yeah, we had like 900.
I would say we may have had about that many, but I mean 500 to 800 kids. Just to my mind, I'm like, it's like my entire high school just showing up at a house that none of us actually own, right? That's exactly what I'd expect to happen.
I mean, I'm not trying to just pile on, but I went to a few parties that big. I can remember where they were, Lane Up Severn Road.
That big?
And they ended in gunshots.
I was going to say that seemed to be the norm. And Grant, this was like mid to late 80s, but the party went as long as it could go. Inevitably, somebody got drunk. There was some conflict somewhere. No one got shot, but someone would fire the gun. And I was kind of like, I don't know, it's like playing closing time at the bar. You just hear it. Like, all right,
or
guys.
somebody threatens to go get one.
That happened a couple times.
And we just
believe them.
We left before that even got to that point.
Yeah, a couple guys, I certainly believe them. I'm like, dude, no, that guy said he's going to get a gun. He's going to, and the difference is he's not going home to get his gun.
He's going out to his car.
He's walking to his car. Let's just go.
I mean, this is ghetto, but the best one I had was that we were leaving a party. It was not in a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
And as we come out, there's a guy sitting there literally putting bullets into a clip.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? So we know it's time to go, right? And it's like, this is like,
you don't want to get one more?
There's a few of my high school buddies. This is more of a neighborhood party. And then this other dude I knew was like, Pretty T, you got to say what's up to my man. He's like, oh, heard about you. Good to meet you, brother.
Was that the guy loading
the guy loaded the gun. We like dap it up. He's chatting. And then I think he even said something like, you probably do want to leave. Or just, I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
I like, hey, say what's up to my man.
Yeah, they were just having a good old time. No biggie.
Good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, brothers.
Hola.
Gonna give you your choice today. Lighthearted or debauchery?
Oh, we'll go bad.
We'll go bad. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad because no one got in trouble over it all, but the ages of it were pretty fun nonetheless. Early 80s, Idaho. Used to be able to get your driver's license when you were 14 years old.
14? Wow. Damn. All right.
Yeah, daylight hours only.
Okay.
But you could drive during the daytime. Sunlight to sundown was pretty good in the springtime, right? We had a few buddies of ours going skiing. Buddy had a little Mazda GLC. We picked up a half gallon of vodka and a couple big jugs of OJ and proceeded to split screwdrivers all the way up to Schweitzer from Coeur d'Alene. Now,
how long of a drive is that? How long is that?
It's about 50 miles, maybe.
Okay.
But the best part about this is at 1981, I was 15 years old.
Okay.
So driving up skiing, splitting up a half gallon of vodka with some buddies, 4 of us in a car, age 15, daylight driver's license only, heading up to go skiing for the day.
And you did not get caught?
Oh, God, no, man. Back in those days, never.
I was going to ask, so when did they really start enforcing the drunk driving rule? Because we saw video about a year ago. They were showing old clips from different cities around the country when they announced that, like, hey, they're going to roll back. You can't drink and drive. Yeah. And all these people, and it looked like maybe late 70s, early 80s. But it's just funny to hear one guy's just like, oh, now, come on, man. I mean, like, I've been at work all day. You're telling me I can't open a couple of cans on my drive home?
What happened was the feds started cutting off money for the highways. And if you did not comply with those types of things, then you lost your federal funding. So I think Montana was one of the last states that still had an open container law where you could have an open container in your car. You could be sipping on that beer. But if you didn't blow past a certain point, you were fine.
They didn't care, right.
But then they lost their highway funding. So then they're like, okay, well, you had to raise your drinking age to whatever the federal level was because states had those rights. I mean, it used to be was like 18, then some states bumped it up to 19, and then everyone just jumped on board with 21.
And they were like, look, you still have states' rights. You just won't get federal funding. Yeah. Right? It's almost like the weed thing, right?
Yeah.
So like, you can legalize it. You can't deal with the banks or anything like that.
Well, we had a teacher when I was in high school, and he explained to us, he was like, look, like people, it used to be an excuse.
It was.
Like, be like, oh, I didn't mean to hit that car. I was drunk. But he was trying to impress upon us, like, that is not the way it is anymore. Do not drink and drive.
There's also a lot of cops who would say, hey, follow me.
Yeah. We know you're
not
drunk.
too far away from here. Just follow. Just follow me home.
I remember there was when we lived out in the woods, a Camaro. I slept through this, which my parents couldn't believe. But I guess in the middle of the night, this guy wrapped his Camaro around a tree. Obviously woke my parents up. They went out there and dealt with it. So the next morning, my parents were telling me and my brother this. We're like, what? And they're like, you can still see the wreckage outside. We're like, how do we sleep through this? I was like, what happened? And my dad's like, oh, well, the cops showed up, and the guy, he had like 5 or 6 beers. And just because of the times, we were like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And so my dad wasn't offended. The cops, he did not get arrested. It's like, oh, no, they took him to the hospital, but that's... Mm-hmm. And it did not occur to anyone that, like, maybe this isn't a good idea. It was just like you said, that is the excuse for any bad thing you did.
Good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Which is just insane.
But it's just the times, you don't think about it, but it made sense. The reason I drove into this tree is because I was behind the wheel and I was hammered all of a sudden. They're like, oh, that makes complete sense. I mean, that was it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it was the same thing with the seatbelts, right? There's a lot of people who are like, I'm not wearing my seatbelt.
Oh, yeah, that was a big thing.
Like, if I got in somebody's car now and they were driving, like, I'd be like, why isn't your seatbelt on?
Put your damn seatbelt on.
Like, it seems insane to me.
Typically now the car won't stop dinging until you do it.
Or you get in the car and it does it for you. I was pretty just like
that. The Topaz had an automatic seatbelt.
Did it still work?
That did.
Okay.
That was the one thing
kind of attached to the door.
Correct.
You just slid underneath it. Close the door.
And then it had a little belt lap belt that you were supposed to use. But yeah, the one across your chest, it automatic.
Good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Angela. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Hey, first off, thank you guys for always helping in the afternoons to put smiles on our faces. Sometimes life gets a little rough, and it's nice to be able to step away for a second and have a little fun. So my story rolls like this. As a teenager out with my buddy who trouble seemed to follow, we were trying to find a nice little secluded spot to go have a little smoke. And we were in our 1970-something wood panel station wagon, and we get driving down this little dirt road and keep pushing a little further, get down to where there's a washout, no going any further, so we try to back ourselves up, no go, we get stuck. Back in those days, no cell phones to call for help. We hiked ourselves all the way up out of there, hit a road, and God was watching out for us. There was a tow truck driver sitting right up at the top of the hill. So we approached this guy, young guy. We absolutely begged him to come down and help us. He's telling us, man, I really can't do it. I'm going to get in trouble. We said, dude, you got to help us, So he makes the bad mistake to come down and help us, gets his tow truck down in there, gets hooked up to us, tries starting to pull us out. Now the station wagon is starting to slide off the side of a, decent-sized little, I don't want to call it a cliff, but a nice little hillside.
All right.
And so he's got to stop. He can't unhook us from his rig, so he's got to call back to his boss. They send out another tow truck. They get out, assess the situation, figure we need the big monster tow truck, so they got to run back to the shop, get the other big tow truck, bring it down, and it turned into this whole cluster, you-know-what, trying to rig up these tow trucks. So they had to run line from the top of the hill with the big rig down to the one he had gotten stuck, try to pull us up, and it was like pull us 20 feet, move him up 20 feet, pull us up 20 feet, move him 20 feet. So it was a mess, and we did finally get ourselves out of there, but I'm pretty sure that kid lost his job that day.
Oh, no.
How long did the process take?
All in all, and I was supposed to be home. I'm young. I got my butt in trouble for not getting home on time. I would say we were probably sitting there for at least 3 hours trying to get this all worked out.
3 hours?
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we worked probably close to an hour just with him, because he knew he was going to get in trouble, so he was trying to get himself out of there too. And it was just a mess, because there was a 90-degree turn we had to make, and it was at that 90 degrees that he lost. And, it was just a mess. But we got out of there and somehow survived.
Damn. Okay.
I don't know if it's better or worse not having cell phones back in the day. Right?
I think it's better. Well, it depends on the situation.
If you're legitimately in trouble, you'd want to reach out to your parent. And look, rarely was I actually in trouble. They did not need to know anything I was doing. But just when you didn't have a cell phone, you might get home late, and your parents could ask what you were doing. You could almost give any answer, whatever seemed most plausible but was not necessarily accurate, because there was no way to verify it. Right? There was nothing. There was no cell phone. There was absolutely. So if you just said, well, because we know you weren't, and sometimes parents played their hand, well, we know you weren't at Devin's house. So I'm like, okay, check that from we were, man, we're hanging out on the golf course. Look, maybe I'm lying. Maybe they even know I'm lying, but there was absolutely no way,
Clifton,
to prove that to be true. Yes, but in that case, but here's the weird thing, right? So if we were effing off at someone's house, and again, without cell phone, they weren't really going to call there after certain times. They don't want to mess with their parents, whatever. We would say we were hanging out at Lake Clifton, the golf course. If we were actually at Lake Clifton, then that means we were really up to no good, and we would lie, and we were saying at someone's house.
Yeah.
Right? It's a weird, but
yeah.
I mean, if we went to that golf course, dude, we were drinking real hard and just doing dumb stuff.
This is a true story about that golf course. I was working at a classic rock station in Baltimore. I was doing the morning show, and we wanted to do the big thing then was people were doing glow-in-the-dark night golf.
At Lake Clifton?
Well, the balls were glow-in-the-dark. The flag sticks were glow-in-the-dark. The tee boxes were glow-in-the-dark, and then they had a line of the glow-in-the-dark sticks that kind of led you to see, where you're hitting the ball.
Jesus.
And so it's only 4 holes, I believe. You only play 4 holes at night. And I remember being in the promotions meeting, and the general manager's in there. We're discussing everything. It's going to be a Halloween tournament. It's going to be the weekend before Halloween, whatever. Not on Halloween night,
right?
But it's going to be a Halloween themed thing. And so the promotion director, who is in charge of all the events, she raises her hand, Donna Jean, and she says, "Jim," she said, "I was going to go and buy some decorations and try to, spruce it up a little bit, kind of make it scary so people know. This golf course is in the middle of Baltimore City.
It does not need to be made scary."
And Jim goes and he looks at her and he goes, "Donna Jean," he says, "God damn it." He said, "We're starting this thing at 9 o'clock at night." He said, "It's Halloween in Clifton Park." He's like, "If that ain't scary, I don't know what is."
Right. Seriously, I can't believe
he just pulled up and started playing golf, basically.
Yeah.
But it was, that golf course was,
When I worked at that bar at Hopkins, we would go over, we would close the bar at 2.
Mm-hmm.
We would drink in the bar till about 5, and then we would go over to Clifton Park, and we would get carts and play. And we would just be shotgunning beer. I feel bad now. We were destroying that course, like doing 360s in the cart, and nobody ever said a word.
Because everyone that hung out there, look, I would go there with my buddies, and we'd get it on, and we're tearing stuff up. And you'd hear like 3 or 4 other groups of kids our age doing the same thing. We never interacted, but it's just like, they're 100 yards away. And again, it's the middle of Baltimore City, man. It was.
I can't believe that course is still open.
If you did not murder someone, they kind of did not care what you did there.
Well,
so do you remember the old review on it?
No.
So Yelp wasn't around yet. I forget it was something, but you could. We were starting to get online a lot.
Yeah.
And one of the reviews was like, "Course is okay. It's in the middle of the city. I got approached by a prostitute on like the 6th tee green."
Yeah.
Their tee box.
Yeah. I had a guy with 3 balls that he found in the street because it basically was a chain link fence and then the row homes were on the outside of the perimeter of it.
Yeah.
This guy walks up to the fence line. He's like, "You want to buy 3 balls?" And I was like, I'm good to go. He's like, "You're going to buy these 3 balls."
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah. He's like, "Man, I got $5." He's like, "Thanks." Good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
He told you you're going to buy them.
You're going to buy these golf balls.
But if you golf, like the starter, they generally have some rules. Right? Like, Miles, you golf all the time, right? Obviously, you know everybody at the course, but like, you go to a new course, like people sneak beers in their bags. Not supposed to.
Yeah.
But if we would just throw a 30-pack in the back of the cart, never a word.
They don't care.
I saw a girl drive through a sand trap. She was so drunk.
Yeah, it's like, look, if you didn't kill anybody, we got no questions for you, man.
Good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, babe. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
All right, take you back to the high school days in '85. My brother was a senior. We grew up in this little podunk town north of Spokane on 40-acre farm-ish. It was a farm. And parents were divorced. And my mom said she'd rather have us drinking where she knew we were instead of going out in some crazy place and then trying to drive home at 1 a.m. and, bad things happen. So she said we could have it on our property, and that was as cool as everything. So we were planning this big kegger, and one of the seniors had loaded up his truck with like 6 kegs and drove around town showing off how cool he was and shook them all up. And so we couldn't get a regular beer out of this thing all night. It was just foam, scrape the foam off, drink flat beer. So everybody was beer bonging just to get drunk, which worked great. But then it got late, and we didn't have any bonfire built up or anything, and we weren't using the chicken coops anymore because the parents were divorced. And so we went and found some gasoline in the garage and sprinkled it all over the chicken coop and threw a match to it. And half the people started freaking out because we're burning buildings down on the property to have a bonfire. And it was so much fun. We burnt the second one down. My dad was really mad at us because he would have used those on his property. But we thought it was too cool to do that. So we torched them, blowing those things like trumpets all night, pissed my mom off. And she took all the keys, but somebody found their keys and drove away and ended up racking their truck up on the side of the road on the way home, and it was a big crap show.
Yeah. That's the whole point. You just got to stay here.
That is teen years, man.
Good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
dead yet, but I'm going to say Adele.
Adele. No, she's not dead
not
yet.
dead.
Not
She
dead
doesn't
yet.
do rock and roll.
I know.
Are you trying to tank this on purpose, Derek?
It would be the late Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Tina Turner.
Are you tanking it, Derek?
Not on purpose.
All right.
Apparently, I'm a big dummy.
All right, your question. French fries are claimed to be from what country? Hint, it is not France.
America.
No, they're from
Ireland?
Belgium?
Belgium.
Yeah, pommes
yes.
frites.
Is that French for French fries?
Yeah.
Sounds so much fancier, doesn't it? Ooh, pommes frites. We can charge $3 more.
That's it. I've said it before,
I'm
but
thinking French toast.
pommes frites with the bechamel sauce.
Oh, look.
You mean cheese fries?
Yeah. All right. Your question. There are 2 fruit juices in a cosmopolitan cocktail. Lime and what other fruit juice? Old people drink this.
I like it.
Is it another citrus?
It is not a
No.
citrus.
Think about the color of a Cosmo.
I've never had a Cosmo. I don't know what it is.
I could tell.
Old people drink this more than most other people.
Just the juice?
Just the juice. Otherwise, they typically mix it with apple juice if they're trying to convince non-old people to drink it.
Some kind of liqueur?
No, it's a juice.
No,
Just
it's a juice.
a fruit juice.
Oh,
Think ocean spray.
Right, it combines with a bunch of other juices.
oh, grapefruit?
Cranberry.
Cranberry.
Question number 7.
You don't like cranberry juice?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just you can drink like 4 ounces of it, and then I got to stop.
Yeah. All right.
That's all.
You ever had that cran grape?
That's what I'm saying. When they mix it up, it's good.
When you
Yeah.
mix it with stuff, yes, it's very, very good. I agree with that. All right. Your question. What 2 directors created the Indiana Jones character? They were both on your billionaires list yesterday.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Steven Spielberg and
Another guy that made a lot of money. Just
Off of Harrison Ford.
Yeah, off Harrison Ford specifically.
the Star Wars guy.
It is the Star Wars guy. So you got Steven Spielberg and the Star Wars guy whose name is...
Oh, George Lucas.
There you go.
There it is.
Wow.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Dummy!
Sorry, ma'am. Hello, Eastwood. Welcome to the men's room.
God.
Peace, love, and happiness, bitcholas. God bless you all. I love you.
Hola. Eastwood, sober or not sober?
I've been smoking some Durban poison from Bayshore up here, so I did that a couple hours ago, so I guess I'm not sober.
Durban poison. Okay.
I was talking to Eastwood earlier, man. He got a couple Whoppers yesterday for Whopper Wednesday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and you can get that new Ultimate Whopper. You got your choice, $3.99 on Wednesday.
What did you think of the new Whopper?
I didn't get the new Whopper because I told my partner about it, and all of a sudden her son showed up and brought me 2 Whoppers.
All right, nothing wrong with that. But seriously, try the new one, dude.
I didn't get to try the Ultimate. I'll do that next week.
Well, the Whopper itself, just the original Whopper that you got, is new and improved. So they changed the bun.
That's right. The mayo, the bun,
a bunch of
something.
fresher ingredients, something like that. So what you got is their new version of that. All right, Eastwood, last one more year. You taking a pet, your car, an ex, or a job?
Well, I got to take my partner's pet, Toby. She's got a one of those smart dogs like on Frasier, the Jack Russell.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about getting a female Jack Russell and then breeding him, using his sperm before it gets old and getting a few babies. So I'm thinking about it.
It's $1 million plan, Eastwood.
Mm-hmm. It really is. You're going to be rich.
And I don't want to get rich.
I just want puppies.
I just want to breed stuff and sell it.
Yeah, that's all.
I had cats, man, and they got crazy on me, and I had 17 cats here at one time.
Why did you have 17 cats, man?
Well, they breed like 6 at a time, and then those 6 breed like 6, and you got 17. And the vet up here, just would, I don't know, it was just a bum ride. I got them all buttoned up, took them up to Bellevue, and $350. I got 7 of them done at one time.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I got 4.
Okay. All right, Eastwood, here's your question. How many feet long is a standard ping pong table?
God, I 8, I'd say.
I'd say 8 too.
9. Close.
That's a weird one.
Damn it, okay.
Someone on YouTube is asking, is Eastwood a real person? Eastwood, are you a real person?
Well, Eastwood isn't. I am a person, yes. I'm a human being, yes.
Okay. I like that you started with, well,
he's got a couple personalities.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, I got multiple personalities. I'm the killer, I'm Eastwood, I'm Jesus Christ, I'm Dr. Phil. Just call on one of them and you'll come out. Right now I'm Eastwood.
All right, yeah.
As one is prone to do. All right, your question. Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles are characters on what TV show? We actually interviewed them many, many years ago.
It's based in Canada.
Last one I got wrong was Ricky Tikki Tacky, which is Rudyard Kipling. I went and researched Kids from the Jungle Book. But Ricky, I don't know.
You might have lived one of these places.
Good times. I like that. The Trailer Park Boys. So close.
The Trailer Park Boys. Yeah. Okay, I had no idea. But
All right.
Say something.
What is the Latin word for bountiful mother? It's also a description for a place that you went to school.
Bountiful mother, a place I went to school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bountiful mother, or I went to school at parochial?
Alma mater.
Alma mater. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, because when I think back on high school, I'm like, that bountiful mother of a high school.
Okay.
All right, question 4, Eastwood.
My alma mater. Lincoln High School, Seattle, 72. Okay, go ahead.
All right, your question. Author Anne Rice is best known for writing novels about what kind of creature?
Anne
Rice.
I think she lives in New Orleans. Or did.
She does.
What kind of creature? I don't know, gorillas?
Mm-hmm.
Vampires.
Although she might write about vampire gorillas.
I'm sorry, don't make me big dummy, please.
We had a French teacher.
Give me something simple. Give me something I hit out of the park.
We had a French teacher when I was in high school. I never took French.
Yeah.
But I had to take extra study hall, so I had to sit in his class. He loved Anne Rice. And he would go visit her house every year. And
don't be that dude. Don't be that guy. And when I was in New Orleans, someone pointed at her house, and her house looks like Anne Rice lives there. You can tell she's into the gothic thing and vampires and all that.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely hung out with Elmo.
I got the feeling. Yeah.
Question 5, Eastwood.
All right.
That guy hated me.
All right. Eastwood, your question. In ice hockey, how many players from each team are allowed on the ice at the same time?
I don't know. I'm going to say 6.
You go. Nice
there
job.
you go.
Very good.
With 5 guys on the ice and a goalie.
Game is Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Andrea. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Andrea, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober, yeah.
Okay, we believe you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, ladies, step out of the car.
All right, Andrea, our men's room poll. One will last one more year of your life. Are you taking a pet, your car, an ex, or a job?
A pet.
Okay, what kind of pet you got?
Well, I'm thinking of the one, my pit bull who passed away.
No, you can't do it. It's already dead.
That guy couldn't bring back his dead ex-girlfriend. We're not bringing back dogs.
Well, I'd still be fine with either of my current dogs living an extra year.
Okay.
Which one would you pick if you had to?
Oh, that's not.
I mean, it's only one of them.
So do these two that are alive know that they're clearly not the favorite?
It'd probably be Walker.
Texas Ranger?
Oh, no.
You have
a dog named Walker?
Like Walker, Texas Ranger?
The other one is Ranger.
Okay. Forget it.
Are they pit bulls?
Yeah.
How many tattoos do you have?
Continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, we'll drink a toast of the weekend with a shot of the day. That is Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
today we're celebrating the return of the Red as the men's room. Return of the Red party is tomorrow. Black Raven Brewing in Woodingville. The doors open at 1, party starts at 2. New originals taking the stage. Each ticket gets you a 6-pack of the brand new original Red to take home with you.
I wish more places would do that. Like, hey, buy a ticket to our concert, buy a ticket to the baseball game. Here's a 6-pack.
That's right. Tickets on sale now, KISW.com, and the door. Hope to see you tomorrow in Woodinville. So we salute the Red today with Toby Keith.
Red Solo Cup.
This video? No. It's pretty good. It's like a POV, point of view.
I've never heard of that before.
I certainly didn't learn it from porn.
No, POV, huh?
And it's just like, I think it's him or somebody holding a red cup, and it's just going through the whole party.
So you just see the cup kind of.
Yeah, and it's like people are doing keg stands or playing beer pong. Like,
Cool.
As I said, that song's just a vibe.
Toby Keith, the Red Solo Cup, taking on Prince on a Bad Choice Friday.
Explicit stickers, and I guess her daughter bought the album. Tipper Gore had heard of Prince, didn't know the music. They put this song on, and one of the lines at the beginning is masturbating with a magazine. Sent Tipper Gore over the edge. Little did she know her husband was going to massage parlors. Like, hey, check out Big Al.
Hotel Lucia, baby. I want a massage. A Big Al. Our question today, by the way, vote now for the bad choices if you follow us on X and Men's Room Live. Our question, good or bad, what was the best story from your teen years? We start with this one down in Florida. Again, a teen accused of abusing a baby alligator.
What?
Is going to learn a very expensive lesson.
How Florida is that?
A 14-year-old boy was arrested after a university public safety officer said she watched him on surveillance cameras swinging a small gator by its tail and kicking it at the school's aquatic center on April the 3rd.
This was at the school?
We arrested a 14-year-old for twirling a baby alligator around. Obviously, abusing wildlife is not a way to spend your downtime. You know, it's a felony. You just do not abuse wildlife. Unfortunately, this young man is going to learn a very expensive lesson. The officer told deputies the teen also held the animal while another child took photos and was seen kicking dirt on the reptile. When a deputy arrived, 5 kids at the center said they were just fishing and denied anything about the alligator. Stetson Security asked that all 5 be banned from the facility, which sits on a lake and supports the university's water research programs and rowing teams. An arrest affidavit states the 14-year-old boy was booked into a juvenile detention center for allegedly possessing or harming an alligator without approval from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
So if you have approval, you can swing it.
Well, that's a level 4 felony. Let's see here. A trapper said that the alleged alligator abuse is just pretty sick. Keep in mind, they trap and re-release.
Yeah.
And makes him pretty angry. Florida law does not allow you to go and catch an alligator or many other animals without being licensed, having the proper permits, or, during any sort of regulatory hunting season. It's no different than kicking a puppy down the street or grabbing a puppy by the tail and swinging it over your head. Our question, good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Is the alligator okay?
We don't know. I mean,
all right.
Just spun him over his head because he didn't get approval to do that. But when I heard that story, I'm like, it's Florida, kid's 14, and it occurred to me, to become a Florida man, you must first be a Florida boy.
Yeah.
I think he's well on his way.
You need to do that to an iguana, because apparently they don't care about iguanas.
Yeah, iguanas are like whatever.
I mean, I get it. They shouldn't have done it, but I also think it's a little different than a puppy. Well, it's not like there's wild puppies in the Everglades.
And presumably the puppy is someone's pet. But he said kick it down the street. I was picturing a kid just kicking a puppy down the street. Like, that's a bad image, bro.
Good or bad, what is your best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Toby. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Happy Friday.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Positive Friday.
Positive Friday. Yes, indeed. So here's my story. It's a bad story, but it was one of my best memories from my teen head. So I'll preface this story with me and a buddy stayed up for 3 days doing LSD. Not a good start to this story. But then we decided we're going to go up to Hempfest, right? We go up to Hempfest. It's on a Friday now. We've been up for 3 days tripping balls, and we happened to meet Tommy Chong there. But anyways, we're on our way back. We stop at a party. We get incredibly drunk. I'm only like 18 or 19 at this time when this happened. And finally, we leave the party. It's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We're driving back to my house. It's probably like 5 miles to my house. At this point, I'm about within about a mile or two of my house, and I fell asleep. And the next thing I know, me and my buddy wake up on top of this huge hedge that's probably 16 feet tall. And mind you, I have a little tiny Subaru Outback. But, so then, I'm like, okay, I have another buddy who's nearby. I'm going to call him. I know he's awake right now. So my other buddy, he answers the phone. I tell him what's going on. He's like, yeah, I'll come try to rescue you. And he comes down there. He's trying to pull on it and pull on it and pull on it to get my car off this hedge, because it's like 2 feet in the air now because I'm on top of this hedge. And so he's trying to pull, and he's almost about to give up because he's like, oh, man, I think the cops are going to come soon, because he's got a loud truck, and we're kind of in a little bit of a residential area. So he's trying to pull and pull and pull. Finally, he says, okay, I'll give you one last pull. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to give up, and you're going to have to deal with the cops. So finally, he gives it one more pull. He gets my car off. I'm like, okay, cool. I got to scramble out of here. I tried to look for my license plate that's missing on the front of my car. I couldn't find it. But I get off this hedge, and I start driving about a mile or two down the road to my house. At this point, my front driver's side wheel is basically dragging on the rim. I'm just dragging it for like 2 miles on the road. And I park it at my buddy's house, which is a little ways down from my house. And so then the next morning, I didn't know this, the person's property who I crashed into was a sheriff.
Oh.
Yeah. So that sheriff found my license plate the next morning, still sitting in his yard, immediately looks my stuff up, comes right to my house. Of course, my mom answers the door, doesn't see my car there, so she doesn't think I'm there, and she tells the officer, I don't know what's going on. Da, 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 da. She plays dumb because she's a good mom, She gets the officer to go away, and finally she comes knocking on my door. Do, 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 do. And I open the door, and she goes, hey, and a sheriff was here and says that your license plate was in their yard and their hedge has been basically mowed over. And I'm like, oh, yeah, and I bust out the best fake cry my entire life. Best acting ever. And I go, I'm so sorry, Mom. There was a deer, and I had to swerve to miss it. I didn't know what to do. Da, 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 da. Mom believes it. She's like, okay, well, the sheriff doesn't want to press any charges on you. He's going to be cool about it. He just wants you to call and talk to him. I'm like, okay, cool. So I call this sheriff up, and he's like, well, I'm not going to press any charges if you come down here and clean up your mess. And I was like, by all means, I'll be right there. And, I went down there and cleaned up my mess and helped him stand his hedge up as best as it could, and he let me go away.
Hopefully got your license plate back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you give him the same line that you were dodging a deer?
Yes, sir. And, he said, he goes, this isn't the first time that's happened. That's why I have these hedges in front of my house so nobody goes through my house.
So, hey, good idea, man. There's freaking deer everywhere, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was kind of a rural area, but residential still.
Yeah.
Man,
you got lucky.
Usually I can smell the lie of my kids. I think I'd look at my kid and be like, okay, well, tell the sheriff that when you talk to him. Sure.
Good or bad, what is your best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
All right, so the best, keep turning it down. So the best story from my teen years is probably I was like 15, and so my friend, I don't know, like we were 15-year-old boys. It was the dog days of summer. He was like over my house for a couple of days, and his dad was friends with my neighbor, and it was like a Friday night. His dad and my neighbor got drunk and got in this huge argument, and so somehow my mom, my friend, and I were over at the neighbors, and we had to go get his dad's car because he was too drunk, and we bring it over to our house. Anyways, long story short, I wake up the next morning, and they're with my mom and his dad are like, hey, you guys got to get this crap out of this car. Or no, my mom was telling me to get my friend's dad's stuff out of. It was outside, and she's like, go get that. It's in the rain, and he's going to come picking it up. So, I was reluctantly half awake and you go outside. We grab his stuff that was in the back of that car that we brought over, and I just I throw it in. It was like a duffel bag type thing, and I threw it on the ground. I guess I should, at this point, I should say my friend's dad grew weed. 2 ounces of weed just came falling out of this bag, and so me and my friend Drake, we had free weed for the rest of the summer because we were 15. So 2 ounces of weed went a long way.
Yeah, but go a long way today, man.
Yes, it would. Yeah, you didn't see too many ounces when I was growing up. You saw 8s that were cut with crap.
You always saw 8.
Yeah. I never saw a really big bag of weed until, I guess, maybe a drug dealer in college.
Yeah, I was going to say, the first time I saw it was a guy dealing the drug. Like, he always dealt to us, but this is the first time we'd actually been to his place. And he opens the door. And it's one of the dude, I remember, he opened the door, he had a shotgun. Like, and the thing is, like, we told you we were coming over. Also, you invited us. So we went over there, knock on the door. It's probably more for show. Opens with a shotgun. But when we walked into his house, just like you're saying, you'd always seen 8th bags. And he just had stacks of ounces. And we're like, oh, my God. It's like going to the Library of Congress.
Can't believe it exists that much.
Holy crap, yeah.
Speaking of 2 teenagers.
I mean, I was probably almost 30 before I saw a pound of weed.
I don't know if I've ever seen
a pound, man.
Yeah, like
how
vacuum
big is that
sealed?
with their hand? Yeah.
I mean, it was vacuum sealed, so it was like holding like a small like pillow.
Damn.
Okay.
It was awesome. Yeah, there was like 3 of them. And I took pictures, but I was like, well, what's the point?
Put them up on Facebook.
I know. I was like, oh, like, you can't do anything with them.
I don't want to say who, but when we first got to Seattle, we got some weed connects real quick, and there's this one guy who's like, hey, man, I have this full-on grow operation. I don't remember what direction it was from Seattle, but they're kind of out in the cut. And we're like, cool. So he'd supply us with weed. We'd be sitting in the office, man, and like your phone would ding, and he sent a picture. Like, hey, man, here's the bud that's coming. And finally, I had to text him, like, please do not share these pictures with me.
Yeah.
I understand that you're excited about it. I appreciate your work, but, man, do not send pictures to me of the weed.
Speaking of bags with weed, 2 teenagers mistakenly left a knapsack containing marijuana and cash at a donation area outside of a New Zealand charity shop, then returned to retrieve the bag in a panic. A volunteer at the store noticed a pungent aroma before opening the knapsack and finding plastic bags of marijuana amounting to about 43 grams, about 1.5 ounces.
All right.
New Zealand, that's about $2,200. Police said in a statement, using marijuana recreationally and selling the drug are illegal in New Zealand. Some medical use is allowed, but that requires a doctor's prescription. A spokesperson wouldn't give more details of the shop's location to protect the staff. The boy and the girl had left the backpack outside the shop as they waited for their car to be serviced at a nearby place. Officers were called after the agitated teens returned to the store. Police found not only the weed, an air pistol, which those under 18 cannot possess without a license, and adult supervision. They also found a police scanner.
Oh.
And more cash in the teen's car. Now, it's not illegal to have a scanner in New Zealand, but distribution or acting on information heard is a crime. So police didn't divulge details about any charges the arrested teens faced or if they had to appear in court. But either way.
Yeah, and they don't mess around with drugs over there.
But also, the failure is this. That's a teen move to go back and get the thing. Like, look, sometimes you have to accept the loss.
I mean, I want to say that's a big thing in airports, right? Because, like, not every drug shipment is like a massive deal.
Yeah.
So people mule stuff or whatever, and I'm pretty sure like some of the luggage that just sits there, like the cops at this point they know. Whoever was supposed to pick it up knows.
Yeah.
And that luggage will just stay there.
They're not
Somebody's smart enough to be like, don't pick it up.
Trust me, it happened to me last time I was at the airport. I pulled in at SeaTac.
What were you smuggling, dude?
I was
Mexican bologna.
Not me, man. I do this thing where at the airport, which is completely illegal, but I don't care. In the parking garage, I park at the very far end of the parking garage. There's almost kind of like some kind of water system that's going through there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's filtration for the refrigeration of the airport or whatever the deal is. But it's up against a wall to the outside. So I smoke a cigarette typically, kind of like leaning over that wall before I go into the airport. Now, I know you're not supposed to do that, but whatever. Behind one of the pillars.
Oh, Christ, that smoking area. I don't even smoke. That smoking area is so far away. Like,
yeah.
That's why I don't go there.
Behind one of the pillars was an entire duffel bag. And it had like empty joints, the cases.
Right.
All kinds of gummies were in there. All of them. I mean, which to me, like, look, dude, it's gummies. You could probably sneak those into the airport, but they paranoid it out and basically took this entire backpack. Now, there was still weed, all right, in a lot of those things. So me, being me, I just parked here. I went through the tubes, saw all the full joints, stuck those in my car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm parked there. I'm like, I'll just, when I come back, man, they're in my car, I'm good to go. So I got like 4 or 5 joints out of it.
No gummies?
I didn't want to take the gummies because the bags were already open.
That's fair enough.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't
Ted feels different.
I kind of felt
yeah, I mean, I'm team edible, so.
Yeah, well, I know. But I mean, like, the bags were open.
Right, just
It'd be like if
hands
there was a half a bottle of soda that had a screw top on the top. I'd be like,
I'm not taking
I'm
a
going to
swig.
drink the rest of this.
Yeah.
Good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Joe. Welcome to the men's room.
Joe. Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
We got you now, Joe. No, we don't.
Back when I was 16, me and there was about 10 of us, we were doing a lot of the Johnny Knoxville style stuff before MTV.
Hey, Joe, you're gonna have to. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe, do us a favor, man. When you get to a better location, call us back or get off your Bluetooth because we can't hear you. Good or bad, what is your best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that doesn't go all the at SeaTac Airport when I want to smoke. And look, it doesn't matter so much when I'm going into the airport. I'm like, whatever. But when we land, if I have checked bags and I have to go to baggage claim, because it used to be at the end of the baggage claim, I still do that. And one of two things happens. I go out the door, and there'll be like a security guard there, but I was making a point to light so I can get a couple of drags before they tell me you're in the wrong place. And I always play stupid. I'm like, I always thought it was here. And he's like, bro, no, man. It was like 2 years ago, maybe.
They moved it.
Yeah, we moved it to the place. I didn't know, and a lot of times they're lenient. The last time I went out to smoke, and my wife's like, dude, you know what moved. I said, I don't care. It's just been that kind of trip. I'm smoking a cigarette. It's at night, and this is when they're still in like full construction mode. So it just sucked walking through baggage claim. But I go out that door in the end, and I turn the corner. I'm trying to be all subtle. I turned around. There were like 25 construction workers, all just chiefing cigarettes. And I'm like,
just blend
you know what, man? F that. I don't care. I don't know that I've gone out there to smoke since they moved it, that there hasn't been at least 2 or 3 other people out there smoking.
Yeah.
And most of the time,
Is that airport going to get
it's
finished
airport
ever?
staff.
I haven't been,
Yeah,
in,
I mean,
I haven't
look,
been in an airport in the last 5 years. It's not completely just torn up.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Houston is completely a disaster right now.
I heard somebody else, I think it was Scott Van Pelt, they were talking about, there's a couple golfers that smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
But it's so, like the chick, what's her name? Charlie Hull? Oh, shocker, I know her. But there's a guy back in the day, but he was always like in the woods. So they were asking SVP, like, is it, like, are you not allowed? And even he was like, I think it's just society now. I don't know. Like I've said before, you shouldn't smoke this and that. But at a certain point, like Disney World, my Uncle Phil just looks at me and he goes, this place is massive. They have like one little area. Like I just don't know what to do.
Yeah, well,
like it's like you got it. Like in the airports, it's like if you're outside.
If I'm outside, I don't
I just,
care.
you know what I mean. Like I get it. If
Don't
people
smoke,
are coming,
don't smoke in front of the door.
don't smoke in front of the door. Don't smoke right in front of like people walking out. But I mean, if you're a few steps away from each other, I mean, look, go to Dulles. Dulles, one of the biggest airports in the country. You can smoke right next to the door when you get dropped off. They have like a curved out little like H door. That's Virginia.
LAX, same thing, man.
That's why I like Vegas, man. They got that one little gambling box that you can smoke in near the Alaska terminal.
And everyone in there.
But down by the Burger King, people just chiefing it up.
I know, and everybody's like, "Isn't that gross?" And like, maybe I'm the degenerate. I go, "It is," but I kind of want to smoke a cig in there because it looks like everybody like.
It's gross, but it's the only place you can smoke. So like, walk into the gross.
Yeah, typically, you know, you don't want to smell like smoke and sit by somebody on an airplane.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like you're leaving Vegas. You smell like you smoked 20 packs of cigarettes and you don't even smoke.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. Everybody's just coming home smelling like cigarettes. Every one of those planes smells like a giant cigarette on the way home.
Yeah.
Our question, good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Three?
Oh, all right.
All right. Why were you thinking more?
I mean, you know what Michael Che says about white women and pit bulls?
What?
We're scary.
Yeah. Well, there's that famous meme of like the blonde, and it's like something like they're nice if you know them or whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's like I'm
Yeah.
still scared of blondes with chunky tattoos.
All right, Andrea, here's your question. What former pro athlete played Matthew McConaughey's father in the 2006 movie Failure to Launch?
Oh, that's Terry Bradshaw.
Okay.
Boom. One and done.
All right, before we let you go, hit you with a 50-50 question. True or false, a sterilized male lion will lose its mane?
True.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I get the feeling that Michael Strahan and Terry Bradshaw don't like each other very much.
Why do you say that? I haven't watched the pregame.
Strahan always just shoots him a look like that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard come out of somebody's mouth.
You've heard Terry Bradshaw speak.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all.
Look, I like Terry Bradshaw. He some of those older dudes, it's like
It's like you said Blue Holtz. You just go, come on, man.
Yeah.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Evan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. Evan, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Evan, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, one more year. Are you taking your pet, your car, an ex, or your job?
Car.
What kind of car you got?
The Mercedes.
What year is it?
That was a 2008.
All right, it's still
okay.
got some life on it.
All right, Evan. So it's still got a little life on it. All right.
Yeah, I wish.
That's why he wants one more year.
Okay.
All right. Here's your question. Which Smurf has a heart tattooed on each arm?
Is that Papa Smurf?
Nah, he has a C ring. In this case, the Smurf with the heart tattooed on each arm is Hefty Smurf.
Hefty.
Hefty. All right. Who played the lead male role in the 1968 movie Planet of the Apes?
Planet of the Apes.
Every role he had, he talked like this.
I'm too young for that one. I don't know on that one.
He also played Moses.
Also did commercials for Bud Light. She gave him a T-shirt.
He couldn't talk like anything other than this, Charlton Heston.
So
yeah, I got no idea.
By the way, I don't know if you saw this. It's been making the rounds on the internet. It's messed up, but it's funny. So you got the guys on the 4 astronauts on the Artemis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, look, man, if we can get everyone in the world a rubber monkey mask, just so when they land, they think some S has really happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would be the ultimate prank. All right.
Dude, I mean, let's be honest. We don't know what happened to them when we couldn't talk to them.
Yeah, they came back with monkey masks.
They could be aliens now. Could have swapped them out.
You know what, man? If they had a freaking sense of humor, what they should have done is just take 4 masks, right? So when they come back around the other side of the moon,
people who come up
and
to the
NASA
capsule,
reconnects, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
When it splashes down, man, all the guys in the boats, man, they're Planet of the Apes characters.
Like, freak the F
You got a
out.
dog.
Just get in.
You got a dog. It's not even like in a Russian gear. You said you like Soviet gear. It's like, we found that dog.
Here he is. All right, your question. What is missing from a navel orange? What is missing from a navel orange? Unlike other oranges.
It's like a petty officer.
That's why kids are more willing to eat them. Even as an adult, I prefer it.
Oh, I never thought about it. They don't have that, do they?
Nope.
I have no idea. I mean,
What's inside of an orange when you peel it open?
is there no like middle to it, like the core?
Seeds. Has no seeds.
No seeds.
I think they just taste better.
Me too.
Question 4.
Before we get there, someone on YouTube points out that astronaut Mark Kelly already snuck a gorilla suit onto the International Space Station.
Oh, sweet.
All right.
Is that our guy or is that the Canadian?
That's our guy, Mark Kelly. Yeah. He's not currently on Artemis. He was on the space station, I want to say longer than anyone else. Something like that. All right, your question. In what country was the first NFL regular season game ever held outside of the United States? It was in 2005. It was the Cardinals against the 49ers.
It feels like
I feel like I do know this one.
The Cardinals probably have a big following there.
I think the Niners do, too.
They might. I know the Cowboys do for sure, and the Raiders do for sure, yes.
Was it in Mexico City?
Got it.
Mexico.
Yes, indeed, man.
I don't know how Raiders fans... Like, I know Raiders fans that never lived in California, but they...
I don't know.
But they're all, like, Raiders fans. You know what I mean? Like they have tattoos. They're
the whole nine.
They're kind of like a little rough around the edges.
Everyone. When we went to that Raiders, so the first game, what is it, Allegiant Stadium, whatever the new one is down there, and their first regular season game was against the Ravens. I'm like, cool, let's go to Vegas. Everyone in that crowd looked like they could beat the S out of it. In fact, the joke I have with my wife, except I wasn't joking, I said, babe, do me a favor. Look around at these 70,000 people, and the first time you see a neck, will you let me know?
Yeah, they all really get into it.
Oh, yeah.
More Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Okay. He also asked children if they would engage in necrophilia, and if so, how long they would wait. Well, he was also reportedly compelled to issue an apology after directing a sexual remark toward one of the students' mothers. So she came in to confront him, and he's like, before we get to that, let me ask you, and they don't say what the question was, but apparently very inappropriate. And this was, again, the school had a thought of the day. So this was once a day, every day, 5 days a week. This guy asked one of these types of questions. Keep in mind, this was his second job doing this.
What grade was he teaching?
I believe these are more high school students.
Okay.
So, I mean, that makes it a little better, but still, bro. Speaking of school children, an oncoming train clipped the rear end of a school bus. Now, the bus driver drove across the tracks as the train was approaching. The front left corner of the train hit the back left corner of the bus. Just so you know, no one got injured in this. Now, surveillance video inside of the bus showed that the train's warning sirens and alarms were activated at 4:07 p.m. That's the time that the bus driver tried to drive over the tracks. 6 seconds later, the bus driver is heard saying, quote, "Not going to stop for no train." She decided to cross the tracks, ignoring the warning lights, and as you might imagine, the students on the bus began to panic, one of them yelling, "There's a train coming." The bus driver responded with, "Get in your seats." Yeah, the train ended up hitting the bus seconds later. The Sumter County Sheriff's Office arrest report identified the bus driver as 67-year-old Yvonne Hampton. She was booked into jail under charges of reckless driving, culpable negligence, and 29 counts of child neglect without great bodily harm. Because there were 29 students.
Did you see the video of this?
I did not.
Oh, man. I mean, it could have been horrific.
It is a train barreling down on a bus, and just the fact they have the video because she said something different.
Right.
When they watch the video, they're like, "You just said you ain't stopping for no train." Well, turns out she's true to her word. She didn't. And then finally, we go to Maryland, where a woman hired a team of Guatemalan contractors to redo her roof at an expense of $10,000. Well, on the day they were done, she then called ICE to report them to get out of paying the bill. You got me? So she knows they're from Guatemala. She hires them to do the roof. They quoted her $10,000. When they finished, when they completed, she called ICE to have them deported. That way she didn't have to pay. So the X account that posted the video of the alleged incident stated, quote, "Woman even provides the ladder used by the agent to detain the men who she owes $10,000 for a 3-day job. She called the damn law on us, and now we're totally screwed." That's what they're yelling in Spanish. They surrounded us. They surrounded us. Agents.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
10 versus the FCC coming up 4:35. Here's a positive teen story. Teenager turned a family paddle outing in Western Australia into a survival story after swimming for hours through choppy waters to get help. We brought you this story about 2 or 3 months ago. Police say the 13-year-old was kayaking with his mother, who's 47, and his younger brother, who is 12, and sister, who is 8. A strong wind pushed their kayak and paddleboards away from the shore. Now, the boy tried to paddle back to land to raise the alarm, but his kayak began filling up with water. So he ditched it and started swimming the roughly 2 nautical miles to shore. The boy swam for around 4 hours, wearing a life jacket for roughly the first half. Then they say the brave fella thought he's not going to make it with a life jacket on, so he ditched it. He reached land at about 6 o'clock in the evening, triggering a large air and sea search. Around 8:30, 2.5 hours later, a rescue helicopter found his mother and 2 siblings 8.5 miles offshore.
Oh, man.
Clinging to a paddleboard. This is in Australia.
Right.
They praised the mother as an absolute hero as she took care of the other 2, but physically she said, I'm struggling, I can't. But she just said they're looking her in the eye, and she just kept going and tried to keep the entire family together. A volunteer rescue vessel brought the 3 back to land, where they were all checked by paramedics, taken to the hospital before being discharged. They say the boy's determination and courage ultimately saved the lives of his mother and his brothers and sisters. The family later visited the rescue crew to thank them for their efforts as well.
I got to think that the mother, right? Because your son has disappeared at this point. Your other 2 kids are with you. You're clinging on the paddleboard. You know you're running out of energy. I mean, look. Just as a parent, I'm sure she thought, I've already lost my son, right? Because you're just thinking there's no way he made it to land, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure she told him, don't do that. And it, but like, don't know. Also, but also, you're sitting there with your 2 kids. I guarantee you she's thinking, my entire family dies today.
Well, also,
right?
You've got your 2 kids on top of the paddleboard. You managed to push them on top of it so they can just be safe.
Yeah.
While your legs are dangling from the side of this thing in great white shark waters.
In
That's
Australia,
the thing
man.
that would freak me the F out, man.
And the son swam 2 miles?
Yes.
2 nautical miles for 4 hours.
In Australia. That's, I mean, to me, I'm not even worried about making it to shore.
I don't want to
based
be
on my
eaten.
physical abilities. Yes, exactly.
I don't want to
I would
be
like my
eaten.
whole body to remain intact.
Right.
Good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Joe. Welcome back to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. We got you now.
All right. Well, back when I was about 16 years old, me and about 10 friends, we were doing the Johnny Knoxville style stuff before that show came out, and jumping off of houses in the bushes and that sort of thing. And we were recording everything. And there was a good portion that we were streaking through this residential neighborhood. And while my buddy was listening to Bob Marley, which is hilarious, but then it came down to a point of one of us decided to try to drop kick a mailbox. And right after that, right after the mailbox portion, we seen cops, and we all booked it. Most of us got into a house, while 3 of us, we ran through a yard, jumped into the over a fence and in some bushes. And we seen the cops like searching for everybody. And it got to a point, I'm like, all right, you follow me, I'm running. So I ran across the street, looked back, and then I hear cops getting the other guys. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to jail, too. And so I hit down for about 30 minutes. And needless to say, all I had on was some tennis shoes and a button-up shirt with most of the buttons ripped off.
So you didn't have any pants on?
I had no pants on, no anything else other than shoes and a button-up shirt.
Did your buddies get arrested, or did they just get a warning?
Oh, they got arrested. They went to jail.
For what, public indecency? Or kicking the mailbox?
Public indecency, destruction of federal property.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
A bunch of other stuff, plus being out after curfew because it was about 2 o'clock in the morning.
We should have told, hey, if we did this in broad daylight, we'd be stupid.
Right? But once I decided to leave about 30 minutes afterward and run home, it was a couple miles from my house, I had to run through the middle of the ghetto. And this is in the middle of Georgia. And cars passing by, and I'm just waving at them with a big old grin on my face. And I finally get home and beat on a window, and my dad let me climb in through the window.
What does your dad have to say when he sees you?
He thought it was the funniest thing in the world. He didn't ask any questions. He looked at me and the WTF, go to bed.
I think that's fair. I just feel like as a father, like, look, man, I do not want to. If you're not coming home saying someone stole my pants, I don't want to know why you're doing it.
I got one question. Are the cops going to knock on my door later? If they're not, then just go to bed.
Right, just go to bed, man. But I will say this. If you ever want to successfully walk through a ghetto, walk without pants on. I promise you,
dude,
no
it was
one,
the funniest thing.
even the tough guys are like that. Nobody wants to mess with crazy. Right, that is the absolute truth. Nobody messes with crazy.
Look at this white guy with his penis out.
Yeah, you just go like, man.
Exactly. And when I found out everybody else went to jail, I was like, all right, well, that sucks. And then the court date came around, and my buddy, my best friend, his mom and dad was like, all right, we want you to come to the court with us. So we get there, and they had the camera, and they played the video evidence.
Oh.
And there was a nice long segment of it's me right in front of the camera, me just a slapping, and they had, Bob Marley's going, and it was, I forget the song.
Three Little Birds.
It's got to be Three Little Birds.
Right? And it's like, okay, everybody, all they got was 6 months probation. And my best friend's mom was like, well, there was nothing wrong with the nudity. So there was the longest thing till about 25, 26 when I joined the military that, oh, yeah, Joe's going to be hooking up with the mom, and, oh, yeah, she's got this thing for him. And it was just crazy. It was a crazy fun night.
But you did not get in any trouble.
They didn't identify you in the courtroom.
Oh, they identified me in the courtroom, but nothing was done.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I mean, I just had the biggest grin on my face in court, like, I got away.
I just like your dad's position. Like, man, just go to bed. I do not want to know.
Yeah, we used to do mailbox baseball, and I don't know if it's better or worse. Like, nobody was drinking.
No.
We were just teenagers driving around, and we were bored. But we got so bored with mailbox baseball, and I've told this story, that we started doing, you'd get in a 3-point stance, and then you'd fire off, and you'd knock over somebody's mailbox.
Yeah.
So we were doing this. That wasn't enough. So then we started honking the horn so people could see us. You fire off. But we did it once, and I could still see that poor kid's face in, like, this bay window.
It still haunts you, doesn't it?
It does it. Yeah, he's just screaming bloody murder. I mean, it looked like we had kicked his dog.
Well, the guy on the
and we never did it after that because we were convinced we had scarred this kid for life.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah. The story I told you a couple weeks ago about
he's a fear of mailboxes at football.
The guy had a farm and he had a pond on it. We tried to go fishing in there because there was some big ass bass and catfish, you name it, bluegill. He put it all in there. He stocked his own little farm pond. We were not going to. We were just catch and release, and we had asked him many times if we could fish there.
What did he say?
No, you can't get on my property at all. Period. But we would crawl through the barbed wire fence along the stream. I told you we had a little pocket fisherman, man. We were all equipped in our backpacks, crawl down in there. All of a sudden, doom, doom, doom. These shotgun blasts go over in the trees and stuff to scare us. So I got pissed. I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to blow up his mailbox. So I proceeded to go home and went to my buddy's house. And his dad did his own ammo. So went down in the garage, made myself a pipe bomb, crimped the living hell out of it with a pipe cutter so it would blow in separate pieces and not one into the other. Watching that mailbox go was just amazing. I mean, it was like, boom! I put a lot of 4F gunpowder in there, nails, glass. I stuffed the whole thing with crap, with shrapnel. So he does this thing where he's gonna make a brick structure. All right, it's because this is on the road. Keep in mind his home probably sits 200 to 300 yards off of the road. Okay,
all right.
So he can't see us. So now he's got this structure that looked like a pillar that you would put like on either side of a driveway.
Yeah.
Like you could hold a gate on it kind of thing. But inside of it tucked was the mailbox. And I'm like, all right, I got to get him. So once he got done doing that, it was still wet, Ted. It was still wet, all right? The mortar was still wet. I put two together. That night went over there and just took that thing out to the ground. I mean, I completely annihilated that. Everything he just did. Because you shouldn't have shot at us. That was the way I looked at it.
What do you think now?
I think it was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life.
I'll show him. Can't go on his property.
Yeah, you just see if you can make a mailbox that I can't blow up, buddy. That was my thought process.
Hey, you're lucky you didn't blow yourself up.
Oh, no, I put long waterproof wicks on that.
No, just the idea of, what are you, 15, 16?
13.
Just the idea of a 13-year-old sitting there making bombs. I'm like, that sounds like a terrible, terrible idea.
Well, if you know what you're doing. I mean, look, it was basically for musket season and for shotgun and buckshots.
Ted's right.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We hear you. Ted's right.
See, I just don't go back to when your kids were 13, not the adults they are now.
No, but typically I would just make them for hiking trips when we would go on long distance hiking trips because, that was one thing that we could do where your parents would drop you off. You could go 6 or 7 miles out. You could do a loop for 2 or 3 days, and they just, be back here Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll pick you up. You know the map. You know where you're going. You know where you can camp, blah, 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 blah. But a lot of those areas were along stream beds and stuff. And yes, we did have dehydrated food, but it was real bad in 1983. Like camping food just sucked.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
But you just throw it in water, and next thing you know, you got crappy ass chili. But I would make those. I'd make really tiny ones. But with the waterproof wicks, we would get to the hole. We'd always have a frying pan with us, and I'd just throw it into the hole in the river or into the stream.
Yeah.
And blow up whatever came up. So things are just flapping. So I basically just used
dinner.
it. I just used it for food.
Yeah.
So we would just eat catfish and crawdaddies and whatever floated up that was edible. We throw that in the pan too because the food sucked.
I just have a personal rule. 13-year-olds don't make bombs.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You're fine.
More like a firecracker.
Yeah. I'm a pretty lenient parent, but I'd be like, no, son, you can't make bombs with your friends.
Right? Can you imagine you came home and your son's down there and he's like, don't worry, Ted here knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Like,
But I crimped that copper pipe almost maybe an 1/8 of an inch away from the middle of it. Just did spirals all the way around it. When that thing blew, you couldn't even identify the pipe.
Right.
That's how good I did this. it just blew into pieces. Good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Frank. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So let me pitch a little bit. When I was 14, I left home. And me and my friend, we was living in Sun Valley at the time. I'd go back home and visit on the weekends. And so the whole time we was in the Sun Valley, only thing we lived on was beer and, the cheap burritos you get from the 7-Eleven and stuff like that. That's what we lived on for a month.
Yeah, deer and burritos.
Yeah, that's it. And so when we got back to visiting to my hometown, another friend of mine wanted to drive my car. I said, I ain't gonna let you drive my car. He's like, I'll pay you. I'm like, you're gonna pay me? I'm gonna be in the video. You're gonna be my tax return and you're gonna pay me. He said, yes. I'm like, okay, cool. And so that day, both me and my other friend, we let go on that same day. And every time he would fart, he'd say Barney farts to warn him. And I would say, oh, Rancho. So that let him know to roll the window down. And so they ended up he said, you're going to make me pay 3 times. You're going to pay me gas, money, and farts.
Okay.
I said, yeah, that's about right.
Right.
From eating deer and burritos.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Must have been a terrible smell.
I did live on the old El Paso diet there for a number of years.
Well, yeah.
You could buy them in the box, like a box of 10 or whatever it was, and they were like 99 cents a piece. So for like $10, you had 10 different dinners. So to me, that was, ramen, you get 6 for $1. That was just part of the.
Yeah.
Well, 7-Eleven for years.
Theirs were bigger though.
Yeah, the bomb. You never got a bomb?
And they were warm.
Well, you could warm them up.
Yeah, I would warm them up there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, in the microwave?
Absolutely. Because, I didn't have the money to buy a microwave. One of the things I remember about being
also, I feel like there is fast food open later now.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like a lot of times, that was your only option was to go to 7-Eleven or another corner store. So it was
but also on the East Coast.
You're eating that crap.
The convenience stores also had different types of food. They had hot food. Even if they made subs, they had some cold subs that they made earlier in the day, wrapped in cellophane that you could buy from their deli.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the food options were a little bit better. A lot of places had fried chicken and all that crap. So you could typically roll into the equivalent of a smaller Royal Farm Sheets Wawa type deal and be able to eat pretty good. But it was just a matter of having the money.
Yeah, you had to have the money to pull it off. It's funny you're talking about. I never blew up anybody's anything, right? But
that's the only thing I ever.
For some reason, but as a teen. I don't know, distressing other people somehow brought you immense joy. Whatever. That's why you did pranks and all that kind of thing, right? Sure. And you did the prank phone calls before the cell phones, just because you annoyed someone. It really, there was no purpose. But one thing we would do when we were bored, Baltimore's waterfront at that time was really booming. So anytime you went there, thousands of people everywhere. And it's kind of a narrow promenade, all things being equal. But there were benches. My buddies and I, we would sit there for hours. And all we would do, we would sit on a bench and we would slide our feet out 6 inches because inevitably you trip someone.
Yeah.
Now, nobody ever went all the way to the ground, but people would trip And every time they did, they would turn around and apologize to us. Because their belief is that they kicked your foot. And for whatever reason, this could bring us immense joy for hours on end. So even when your parents like, what did you do today? I mean, we weren't honest. Like, we tripped 75 people each. It's like, we just hung out at Harvard. So we did this for about a month, right? And this is just the summer. And I always remember, and it always worked swimmingly. And 100% of the time, they apologized to you. We'd always like, yeah, it's all right. So one time I tripped this very big brother, and he's probably 15 years older than me at the time. Well, he figured it out. So he stumbled. He stopped dead, just turned around and looked at us. And we're waiting for him to apologize. And then we realize he's shooting his daggers, and he gets about another foot closer to us. And immediately we're like, we are so sorry. He's like, y'all N-bombs need to stop. We never did it again ever.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it, man.
Did you ever, God, it sounds so stupid. I bet it's still funny today. But we would drive around in, like, touristy, like, the most crowded area you could, like in College Park. Sometimes we do it in D.C. And we would honk. But we would wave the other way. Yeah, right. So if the sidewalk's on the right, like you got 4 dudes in there, you honk the car, but then you're all waving the other way. Yeah. And out of the corner of your eye, you could see somebody waving at you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You're just like, dumbass.
I know.
Best prank I ever pulled in high school.
It is stupid, but it's funny.
I think like we were just you're bored, and there was no social media, so it was like
that's what you did.
Yeah, I think I told you this about my buddy Joel. His dad owned the big men's store in town. Now attached to the men's store was the biggest dry cleaner in town.
Like the largest, or for big men?
Well, no, the largest one in the area. Yeah, like so that was like you could go to Sears and get a suit, but this was like just a men's store as far as like going in there getting fitted and all that crap. But they also had the dry cleaner attached to the side. So Joel's dad owned that, and the fire people would come in, the police officers and everything else, EMTs, all the ambulance drivers, they would all get their stuff dry cleaned because they had a contract with the county or the city or whatever to take care of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, at one point, but on a Friday night, if the officer's not working until Monday, like his jacket's there. Sometimes they leave badges and pants and wait for those guys to come back. But we had an official Morgantown Police Department jacket, right? We also had a hat that someone had either given them or left or whatever the deal was. So my buddies were parking. This is in the winter. We know they're going on a double date. We know the 2 girls that they're with. Joel and I are like, look, we're going to go because he also, one of the work trucks I had was just a plain white Chevrolet pickup truck.
Yeah.
So standard. I mean, stock. We went and we got a light at Spencer's at the mall, like an actual light that you could put on the top of the car. The problem was it didn't, once you plugged it in, it did not spin or blink, all right? So Joel gets down and he's taking the light in and out of the cigarette lighter to replicate it blinking. So he's ducked down. We pull up behind where they're parking. I get out of the car. I've got a scarf on. It's winter. My face is covered like COVID.
Yeah.
I got my glasses on. I walk up there. I have a huge ass. Remember those flashlights that were like 2 feet
mag
long?
light or
Mag
something?
light. Mag light. I went tap, 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 tap. Took that thing and shined it as bright as I could in both their eyes. So I'm blinding everybody. All the women in the back. They've got like a 4-pack of Sun Country wine coolers and a 12-pack of beer. So I'm like, what are you folks doing? And they're like, oh, nothing. We're just sitting here. I'm like, let me see your ID. So my buddy hands me his ID, which is a fake ID. I have the same fake ID. Right. All right. We made these together. So I look at this ID and I'm like, you're not 19. Because at the time I was 19.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I am. Where do you live? You don't live in Pennsylvania. You're driving a car with a West Virginia tag. And just abs, and they're terrible. Is that beer in your car? Is that alcohol? Ma'am, step out of the car for me. Right. So she steps out of the car in the back, and I'm like, I look in there, and there's a 4-pack of Sun Countries, and there's that 12-pack of beer, and I said, give me that alcohol right now. And so I cracked open one of the Sun Country wine coolers. I remember I'm flashing the flashlight, I'm pouring it out. I'm like, how dare you? Took the other 3, took the 12-pack, and said, you guys need to get your asses home right now. I'm following you out of here. And so they turn around. I followed them out. And they ended up taking the girls back home at some point in time. Me and Joel go to Brian's house and are sitting on his porch drinking a 12-pack of beer when they pulled in. And I mean, you want to talk about getting pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We ruined everything for them that night. The opportunity to kiss and canoodle or whatever they're going to do.
That's worth it, man.
Drink the beer.
Yeah, drink the wine cooler.
I had a police officer's jacket on. I had a hat on, just sitting there chugging Bud Lights, throwing the cans into his front yard when we were done. Because we walked. I mean, we lived like 5 houses down. We're home, too. God, that was great. God, I love that. Ted versus the FCC is coming up at 4:35, and we got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
from coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, the band AC/DC shocked fans when they admitted that the hit You Shook Me All Night Long was actually written from an infant's point of view. But first, while it only affects 2 to 5% of the population, medical experts are excited that they have created a non-invasive method to cure strabismus.
That's great, man. What the hell is strabismus?
Well, strabismus is a condition where eyes do not align properly due to poor muscle control, neurological issues, or high farsightedness, causing them to turn in, out, up, or down.
Cross-eyed.
Exactly.
You could have just said that, Mr. Fancy Pants. My aunt is cross-eyed.
I know that. Your Aunt, Sheila.
No. Aunt Sheila was missing an eye.
That's right. No, you've shared that with me. But your cross-eyed aunt, I met her. Aunt Tanya?
No, man. Aunt Tanya is the one I told you has rabies.
How could I forget? How is she doing having rabies and all?
Well, Tanya's getting better, man. She only bit 3 strangers last month.
Wow. Good for her. That's down from what? 7? She was biting 7 people a month?
No, man. Tanya was biting 7 people a week.
Oh. And then only 3 people a month now. That's a marked improvement. But your aunt with the cross eyes, I met her at last year's Christmas party.
Yes, you did, Playboy.
She made fantastic deviled eggs and had severely crossed eyes. Suki! It was your Aunt Suki with the cross eyes.
Nope. Aunt Suki's the one with the wooden teeth.
Oh, of course. Wooden tooth Suki.
That's her.
This is killing me. Your aunt with the cross eyes. Wheezy.
Wrong again, Playboy. Aunt Wheezy's the one that married a dog named Lester.
Your Aunt Wheezy married a dog?
Named Lester, yeah. They have 4 kids, my cousins. Benji, Beethoven, Snoopy, and Toto.
I thought your Aunt Wheezy stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
No. That was Bonnie's aunt who stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
Yeah, that was my Aunt Lisa who stole Abe Lincoln's hat. She also kidnapped a rabbi, lit a yacht on fire, and shaved a monkey at a Tibetan temple. But everyone just talks about her stealing Abe Lincoln's hat.
See, I'd be stuck on the monkey shaving thing.
At a Tibetan temple, yeah. Your Aunt Lisa has quite the resume, Bonnie. But Felix, your cross-eyed aunt. Mary! Cross-eyed Mary!
You got it, man. Cross-eyed Mary, like the song.
How could I have forgotten? Yes, Mary. Your Aunt Mary should have an interest in this new medical procedure. There have been surgeries, lenses, and other methods to correct crossed eyes, but this new procedure is low impact and shows great promise. If we do a segment about it, we should have your aunt on, Felix.
Cannot be done. She is currently in prison.
Why is your Aunt Mary in prison?
Authorities found out that her deviled eggs were intentionally laced with urine and fecal matter.
What?
Those deviled eggs you like so much at the Christmas party? Yeah, they were laced with urine and fecal matter.
No, I heard you. I didn't know.
I did, man. That's why I didn't eat any. That's disgusting, Playboy.
And you let me eat them. Unbelievable. Oh, Lord, I'm starting to feel sick. Go to break. We need to go to break.
Oh, hi. Congratulations for being you. You have one job. Go and subscribe to the YouTube channel and social media pages at In Action News. I did it slowly for you.
KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, we'll drink and toast of the weekend, then it's Bad Choice Friday.
It's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Tomorrow, men's room, return of the Red Party. Doors open at 1. Party starts at 2 at Black Raven Brewing in Woodinville. We will do the chess tournament as well. Got the message there from our boss, Ryan Castle. He picked up 2 chessboards if you want to get involved in the tournament. Also, our buddy, listener, Eric.
Eric got some...
he's got medals for the winner.
I know, just like
awesome.
Humble brag, but he sent us a picture. They are freaking medals.
You think Taryn plays chess? She said she's coming.
Well,
but not drinking.
We're going to find out.
She better get the chess playing.
Well, she can't because she's losing like a pound a day or something.
Yeah, we shouldn't even let her sniff a beer.
Yeah, she might start drooling.
Dude, she told me earlier today, she's doing the thing, and she's holding true. But she took her son Bear to get ice cream. She's like, dude, I smelled those waffle cones. She's like, my mouth started filling. She's like, I don't even go out to get waffle cones. But once you find out you can't have a waffle cone, I did not want anything more than a frickin' waffle cone.
I heard the same speech, and I looked at her. I said, you don't even have a sweet tooth. And she's like, I know.
I do now.
I was like, God damn, all right.
The doors open at 1. The party will start at 2 at Black Raven Brewing tomorrow in Woodinville. Anyone under 21 gets in for free. If you're 21 years of age or older, you need to buy a ticket, but that includes a 6-pack of this delicious men's room red to take home with you on the way back. So pick up a ticket now, KISW.com, or get one at the door.
We'll talk more chess later coming up in TV time.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Yes.
Hey, chess is a badass game. I found out last night.
All right.
So today, we're celebrating the return of the red on a Bad Choice Friday with Toby Keith.
I would sing this to my kid to put them to sleep when they're like 3. Dad, you sing the Red Solo Cup song? You got it, son.
I mean, again, I'm not a huge ice, in my whatever drinks at home.
Yeah.
But, for that Japanese Grand Prix, I had I was like, I'm going to have a soda. Cup of ice. It just felt like a party when it's in a plastic cup.
A solo party. Yeah.
Toby Keith and Red Solo Cup taking on Prince on a Bad Choice Friday.
I can't check it right now. Give me a sec.
All right, got you. That's all right. Ted's running double duty today. The mic's out. He's running the board. He's doing all the social.
Yeah, Mike just took the day off.
Answering all the phones.
Mike joined the show yesterday. He's working from home, right? And the first time we heard Mike's voice on yesterday's show, I'm not even kidding, and I know it's impossible. He sounded so bad. I'm like, am I going to get sick listening to him? I felt like whatever he's got is coming through the speakers.
I felt bad for him, too.
Yeah.
It's still pretty close, and people might be ready to party.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Well, vote now if you follow us on X at Men's Room Live. Okay, now time for a few emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got
Couple from our question, good or bad, what is the best story from your teen years, guys? Was pulled over in Lane County speeding, had a bong in my center console, and a 4th ounce of Panama Red. He busted, made me dump the weed in the gravel. He stepped on it and said, don't come back, and just let me go.
That's all you can ask.
Okay.
Dude, I will say Beach Week in Ocean City. So, in Maryland, it's a big thing, right? You graduate from high school.
Yeah.
Parents accept it. Everybody goes down to the beach for a week, right? You got to find rentals because people got smarter. But everybody knows, the cops know, all these high school kids, they're just graduated. So Bernie and his buddies, they're senior year. So I'm not as old as them. So I'm going to go down later. I forget how many, they had so many 30-packs and handles of Captain Morgan. And they had, same thing, either a fight or something, the cops show up. Those cops, they didn't really get them in trouble, but they stood there for, I guess, was like an hour. And we're like, we're going to watch you pour out every can into this sewer and every drop of alcohol.
And the fish did smile.
I was the fish were like, I love this week.
And it was like Monday of the week. So basically, they just sat there. First, you got to crack them open and pour them. And you're talking probably $500, $600 worth of booze.
And that's the thing. You got to show up with it. Because, when you get to Ocean City, they won't necessarily sell to you.
No. You need to know somebody in your hometown.
And they know that every single person there is underage. All you got to do is keep it together, and the cops will leave you alone.
That was probably, honestly, one of the toughest towns to ever drink underage in.
Right.
Because Miles is right. The liquor stores know, and then all those bars, those bouncers were sharks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not only that, but at the time to get a hotel room, you needed a credit card. So I had one buddy who signed up for a credit card. I think it was a Discover card, so he could rent the room.
Always,
We all paid him back in cash. Guys, I met the guys from Iron Maiden in 1982 when I was 14. It was the night after their show. Came into the restaurant I worked at. They were drunk with their slutty girlfriends. It was amazing. I was wearing the T-shirt I bought at the show the night before, so I felt so cool. They gave me the cork from their wine. And Bruce Dickinson signed the napkin from the restaurant for me.
Hey, kid, here's the cork from our wine.
Yeah,
it's just that
enjoy.
easy.
One of the old McCormick's, not either way, they have a private back room. And I was in there just with my mom having dinner because she was in town. And I knew the woman that was like that ran it, like the GM or whatever.
Yeah.
And AC/DC was in that back room. So she was like, hey, I'm not supposed to say they're back there. And I was like, all right, like, I'm not going to walk back there. But when they walked out, like, somebody said hi. They were super nice. But she claims that was, like, the biggest tip their staff had ever gotten.
I can believe it. You know, the funny thing about being in a band.
El Gaucho, they did the same thing in the one in Tacoma.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the band, I mean, like, we're not big. You're just playing local. And my buddy just kept saying, man, we keep seeing all these bands. And no matter what you give the audience, they're happy to have, including, like, the cork, from Iron Maiden's wine, all right? So he decided to put it to the test, and we played, I don't know, like 200 people show up, and he would have like 3 loaves of bread and a garden hose. And I remember this at this one show. So he gets up in the middle of the show and he's like, who wants a loaf of bread? And sure enough, people are like, there's a loaf of bread, and people are jumping for it. And keep in mind, there's a loaf of Wonder Bread, but the final thing was a garden hose, and they kept teasing it. And somehow, just by teasing, thought we're going to throw a garden hose out. A little 8-footer, but it's still wrapped, right? And so, like, everyone's waiting for this, and it just blew our minds. Like, our crowd is excited because we're going to throw a garden hose out there. So, listen, if you're in a band, throw anything you want to out there. People are going to want it.
I have confetti from the Super Bowl ceremony down at that stadium.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's like,
why not?
Anything that reminds you of a good time, you're happy to have.
Guys, this is Angela from Everett, and I hit a brick wall 2 hours after I got my driver's license. Had to call my dad, who was very disappointed. I was 18 years old.
She say 2 hours?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, time for a few birthday emails brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company. Company.
Dip responsibly.
Beautiful. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'd like to send a birthday request to my son, Caleb. I can't believe he made it to 16, being raised by his mother and myself, but he's found a way to make it through. He's a great kid and the most important part of my world. Please give him a Leroy Jenkins and a uh-oh lookout. Hope you have a great birthday. Love you, bud. That from Dad.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Uh-oh, look out.
Hello, guys. This is a birthday shout-out is for Nick for a big 4-0 today. Ooh. I really want everyone to know how bad I suck. Nick is my best friend. I forgot him, and my daughter share the same birthday.
Damn.
She's 18, so happy birthday, Riley, as well. Anyways, please still shout out for Nick. He's an amazing friend. I'd appreciate a few thrill shotgun gets, and you guys talking all over each other about the return of the Red tomorrow. Thanks, and just now, because it don't suck, I'll see you there tomorrow.
Get.
I'll tell you, as far as this beer,
I'll tell you what, man, we have
bring us a cake of it.
Maybe I'll try to do this more.
Price is great. It's the same flavor, but it's a better beer. The Black Raven makes a better beer than the other people do. Trust me. Pacholas, I want to wish myself a very happy 41st trip around the sun, since I can never get my wife to put in a request. How about the dirty Germans telling my wife what happens for not listening? And a Pat Sajak. Thanks, guys. That from Matthew in Lakewood.
What does Pat Sajak say?
That's a D.
She wants a D. She's going to get a D.
She wants a D?
She wants a D. She's going to get a D. She's going to get that D.
She's going to get a D.
She's going to get that D. That's how Sajak said it.
Well,
she wants a D. She's going to get that D.
That's it. That's good enough.
Yeah, listen, I've been married for 19 years now, and this is what I've discovered about women when they do not listen to their husbands. You want to know what will happen? Absolutely nothing. Not a damn thing. In fact, if you bring it up, it's going to become your problem. It does not matter. All you need to know is that you did marry Mrs. Right, but know that her first name is always.
So you know what? Since you keep forgetting about your husband, none of the German penis for you.
No German penis.
You're cut off.
Yeah, we're going to get you a T-shirt that says no German penis here.
Guys, birthday shout out. My awesome wife planned a great trip 6 or so months ago where we would spend spring break and my birthday on the Big Island in Hawaii. Spent the first few days at the Volcano House, which is in the national park, watching the volcano swell and shoot many lava fountains. Left right before it erupted, and they shut everything down. But seeing it prepare for 4 days was downright awesome to behold and witness. Right now we're hanging out in Kona while it all burns. Great timing. Anyways, could the old captain remind me again how he is behind the fire goddess Pele, getting those burning sensations? Thanks, guys. That from Squirrel. Been listening since transferred over to Whitby. Oh, God, in 2004, 5. Got
She
the
wants a D. and
Oh, you
she's
found
gonna
it.
get-
Sorry, I was trying to find that.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. You know, it's funny you mentioned the old revered Hawaiian goddess Pele. She's known as the goddess of fire, lightning, wind, and volcanoes. I bet you wonder why she has the burning sensation. It's because the old Capitan gave her syphilis. Crunch berries.
Birthday shout out to my bro Tyler. Can I get a bong rip, dad jokes, and the captain on how drunk he's going to get tonight? Maybe Coach Ted on how to win at the casino tonight as well. Thanks. That's from Dennis and from Jessica. Dad joke Friday. Let's do this. Which country has the most bad singers? Which country has the most bad singers?
Bad singers.
Singapore. How many emo kids does it take to change a light bulb?
None.
I don't know. They're crying.
They're just crying in the dark. They don't.
Man, we're quick on that.
Ted Christino asked her husband if there was anything he needed to get off his chest.
Turns out they were just balloons.
Did you know that beer can damage your short-term memory?
No.
What? And so can beer. Two guys are arguing whether Taco Bell should be considered Mexican food.
I am.
But they both agree it's Mexican.
Oh, I see.
Dad says, son, if you keep masturbating, you're going to go blind.
Oh, yeah?
Kid says, Dad, I'm over here. There's more. Hold on.
All right.
Let's kill them all, right? I've ran out of toilet paper. Had to use an old newspaper instead.
Oh, yeah?
Times are rough. And why do most husbands die before their wives?
Why?
Why?
Because they want to. What else we got here?
Captain?
Captain, yeah.
Ooh, well, you want to know how drunk you can get tonight. I'll tell you right now, you never get as drunk as Tony the Tiger on his 33rd birthday. When we were done drinking all the whiskey, he made a little cocktail out of fermented black licorice Windex, and we distilled that through some used Band-Aids that we found on the bottom of a hobo's foot. Turns out that those Band-Aids from the hobo's foot added a little extra kick, and as far as going blind drunk, well, Tony the Tiger was blind for 7 years. Believe it or not, most people don't know this. Chester Cheetah filled in for him for 7 years in the 80s promoting the cereal while Tony went to rehab. But I'm glad to say he's back off the wagon and he's pissed drunk right now. Crunch berries. You're laughing at Tony being drunk, huh?
Well, Coach can't talk about it, but full disclosure, I met Tony the Tiger. All right, listen, you're going to the casino, you're getting hammered drunk, just like the captain said. Here's my advice. Around drink 4, go do some gambling. Make a little stockpile. By drink 7, no more gambling. All right, it's the safest way to win money at the casino. So drink 7 and 8 are like, we should gamble more, get it back. Once you're down, you're down.
Machelis, could you wish my husband John the best thing to come out of New Hampshire? A very happy 46th birthday. He is the best husband and very best dog and cat dad on the planet. Love his baby girl, Kylie. Thanks, guys. Give him your penis is too small, if we have that.
Yeah. Oh, Miles, can we add one?
Sure.
Marco, you are... Nothing personal against you. We simply made a mistake yesterday, but happy birthday.
Yeah,
You're
sorry,
the
man.
dog.
I left 2 birthdays on the printer. That was my bad. I just spaced.
No. I told him I'd ask.
And, Miles says that when he told me, he said, I will not wish Marco.
Well, you put a couple references to the podcast in there. So, Marco,
all right, okay.
I know what Miles didn't want to do it.
He's one of your guys.
Yeah.
All of Machelis want to wish a very handsome man a very happy 46th birthday today. My Uncle Daddy Pig, a.k.a. Dave the Rock Slinger. Please get Bane to talk about how much of a stud I am. I've included tasteful nudes of myself. Enjoy, guys. That from Dave.
Oh.
Oh, when it comes to Dave, I would say that I've pinched a tint in my villain pants. It made me want to snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh, I have a bullet in the hair. Gentlemen, long-time listener, love the show.
It tells me to keep my mask on.
My wife...
Just talk like this now. That's all you have to do to be vain and make sweet, sweet love to the hindquarters of Dave.
Gentlemen, long-time listener, love the show. My wife, Tammy, yeah, go ahead, get it out, is having a birthday today.
His backside also smells like vanilla.
She loves the show, mostly tolerates me listening as we drive. So in honor, how about a fish sandwich and the captain questioning how it could really be her 49th again? Keep up the great work, guys. Appreciate it.
Too hard to get a fish sandwich?
What else?
Captain.
Oh.
Ooh, well, ahoy there, and happy 49th birthday for several times in a row now, as the captain understands it. Listen, I'm no fool. Did you know that Miss Butterworth, she was introduced in 1961, making her 65 years old. I made the mistake of revealing her age, and she stabbed me in my left testicle. So you're thinking, why did she stab you in the left testicle? Because the Chiquita Banana lady had stabbed me in the right testicle. All I would say is this: if anyone asks your age, say what my mother says, which is plenty 9 years old. You're plenty 9. Plenty. Crunchberries.
Plenty.
And finally, for the birthdays, Macholos, since none of my friends are cool enough to listen to your show, I have to give myself a birthday shout out. Here's to 53 years around the big ball. I'll drop an extra 20 in the collection plate for my debauchery this weekend. Can I get a herky and a here comes the dope pusher? Busher. That from Jamie the driver. Hooky, the house is on fire. Hooky.
Here comes the dope pusher.
That should not be funny.
I know.
Well, the house was on fire. Okay, guys, here you go.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Mom. Okay, I think it's time that we go back in time to the last time that we played Ted versus the FCC. So if we could, let's go back in time.
Dirk Hunt loves Cookie's Country Chicken. He licks his lips and swiftly shifts and sits at Cookie's Country counter with his friend Kent Cut. Nutty Kent Cut loves Cookie's Country Chicken. Cut stands up, sit, cut, sit.
3 times fast.
Dirk Hunt loves Cookie's Country Chicken. He licks his lips and swiftly shifts and sits at Cookie's Country counter with his friend Kent Cut. Nettie Kent Cut loves Cookie's Country Chicken. Cut stands up, sit, cut, sit.
1.
Dirk Hunt loves Cookie's Country Chicken. He licks his lips and swiftly shifts and sits at Cookie's Country counter with his friend Kent Cut. Nutty Kent Cut loves his Cookie's Country Chicken. Cut stands up, sit, cut, sit.
2.
Dirk Hunt loves Cookie's Country Chicken. He licks his lips and swiftly shifts and sits at Cookie's Country counter with his friend Kent Cut. Nutty Kent Cut loves Cookie's Country Chicken. Cut, stand up, sit, cut, sit.
Oh, my God. There we go. First win of the year in Ted versus the FCC. Let's do it again.
And now, everyone's favorite daytime game show, where one person could lose $325,000 and their job, or win and walk away with nothing. It's time for Ted versus the FCC.
Ted, as you know, the listeners are doing it this year.
Oh, yeah.
We're done doing all that methamphetamine on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new year.
You know, Tusi?
That's right. That's why you didn't win until last week.
Yeah, the listeners are good.
Because we stopped working on it.
Yeah, that's what happens, man.
Yeah. This one comes our way from Eric, and he says, Ted, you can suck it.
Thanks, Eric.
This week's Ted versus the FCC goes a little something like this. Connie's Bunt Cake Shop is next to Bonnie's Fish Shack. Connie cooks Bonnie's fish in her bunt out back. People crave Connie's fishy bunt. You can smell her bunt from out front. The way we do Ted versus the FCC, 1 time through, 3 times fast.
Get that water. Get that water, dog.
Gotta wet the whistle. Oh, he's got a lot in here. Jesus.
I just picked one.
Yeah, man. All right. Connie's Bunt Cake Shop is next to Bonnie's Fish Shack. Connie cooks Bonnie's fish in her bunt out back. People crave Connie's fishy bunt. You can smell her bunt from out front.
3 times fast.
Connie's Bunt Cake Shop is next to Bonnie's Fish Shop. Connie cooks Bonnie's fish in her bunt out back. People crave Connie's fishy bunt. You can smell her bunt from out front.
1.
Connie's Bunt Cake Shop is next to Bonnie's Fish Shack. Connie cooks Bonnie's fish in her bunt out back. People crave Connie's fishy bunt. You can smell her bunt from out front.
2.
Connie's Bunt Cake Shop is next to Bonnie's Fish Shack. Connie's cooks Bonnie's fish in her bunt out back. People crave Connie's fishy bunt. You can smell her bunt from out front.
Oh. Another win.
2 in a row.
Let's go. 2 in a row. There we go. Don't give up. Holy cow. Give me that thing back. There's 2 more on there. There you go. Another win in Ted versus the FCC. You are listening to The Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, the band AC/DC shocked fans when they admitted that the hit You Shook Me All Night Long was actually written from an infant's point of view. But first, while it only affects 2 to 5% of the population, medical experts are excited that they have created a non-invasive method to cure strabismus.
That's great, man. What the hell is strabismus?
Well, strabismus is a condition where eyes do not align properly due to poor muscle control, neurological issues, or high farsightedness, causing them to turn in, out, up, or down.
Cross-eyed.
Exactly.
You could have just said that, Mr. Fancy Pants. My aunt is cross-eyed.
I know that. Your Aunt, Sheila.
No. Aunt Sheila was missing an eye.
That's right. No, you've shared that with me. But your cross-eyed aunt, I met her. Aunt Tanya?
No, man. Aunt Tanya is the one I told you has rabies.
How could I forget? How is she doing having rabies and all?
Well, Tanya's getting better, man. She only bit 3 strangers last month.
Wow. Good for her. That's down from what? 7? She was biting 7 people a month?
No, man. Tanya was biting 7 people a week.
Oh. And then only 3 people a month now. That's a marked improvement. But your aunt with the cross eyes, I met her at last year's Christmas party.
Yes, you did, Playboy.
She made fantastic deviled eggs and had severely crossed eyes. Suki. It was your Aunt Suki with the cross eyes.
Nope. Aunt Suki's the one with the wooden teeth.
Oh, of course. Wooden tooth Suki.
That's her.
This is killing me. Your aunt with the cross eyes. Wheezy.
Wrong again, Playboy. Aunt Wheezy is the one that married a dog named Lester.
Your Aunt Wheezy married a dog?
Named Lester, yeah. They have 4 kids, my cousins. Benji, Beethoven, Snoopy, and Toto.
I thought your Aunt Wheezy stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
No. That was Bonnie's aunt who stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
Yeah, that was my Aunt Lisa who stole Abe Lincoln's hat. She also kidnapped a rabbi, lit a yacht on fire, and shaved a monkey at a Tibetan temple. But everyone just talks about her stealing Abe Lincoln's hat.
See, I'd be stuck on the monkey shaving thing.
At a Tibetan temple, yeah. Your Aunt Lisa has quite the resume, Bonnie. But Felix, your cross-eyed aunt, Mary! Cross-eyed Mary!
You got it, man. Cross-eyed Mary, like the song.
How could I have forgotten? Yes, Mary. Yeah, Aunt Mary should have an interest in this new medical procedure. There have been surgeries, lenses, and other methods to correct crossed eyes, but this new procedure is low impact and shows great promise.
If we do a segment about it, we should have your aunt on, Felix.
Cannot be done. She is currently in prison.
Why is your Aunt Mary in prison?
Authorities found out that her deviled eggs were intentionally laced with urine and fecal matter.
What?
Those deviled eggs you like so much at the Christmas party? Yeah, they were laced with urine and fecal matter.
No, I heard you. I didn't know.
I did, man. That's why I didn't eat any. That's disgusting, Playboy.
And you let me eat them. Unbelievable. Oh, Lord, I'm starting to feel sick. Go to break. We need to go to break.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a white supremacist who has spent years bragging about his Anglo-Saxon heritage just found out that he is 100% Korean. But first, some records just weren't meant to be broken.
Oh, I don't know about that, man.
Why do you say that?
The Foxworthy Book of World Records.
The Foxworthy Book of World Records. What exactly is the Foxworthy Book of World Records?
Exactly what it sounds like, man. My whole family keeps a book of records of what we've done. At every family reunion, we see who can outdo each other.
What kinds of records are in the Foxworthy Book of World Records?
It all started years ago when my cousin Marvin bet us that he could eat 300 glue sticks in 60 seconds.
Wait a minute, your cousin...
Marvin?
Yes, your cousin Marvin ate 300 glue sticks in 1 minute?
Nah, man. Marvin ate 227 glue sticks in 1 minute. He still owns that record, but after that, we changed the record to who could eat the most glue sticks in 1 minute and live.
Marvin died?
Yes, Stone. The man ate 227 glue sticks in 60 seconds, Playboy.
That is insane, Felix. But it reinforces my point that some records are not meant to be broken.
Fair enough. My other cousin's been arrested 36 times in the last 5 years. No one in my family wants to break that record.
He's been arrested 36 times?
She has been arrested 36 times in the last 5 years.
What does your cousin do to keep getting herself arrested?
Well, the simple answer is that she keeps getting caught.
Yes, Felix, I gathered that. I'm asking what it is that she does that makes her a repeat offender.
Well, that's the thing, man. She's not a repeat offender.
She's been arrested 36 times, Felix.
Yeah, but she's committed 36 different crimes. She never committed the same crime twice. That's part of the record, man.
Your cousin has found 36 different ways to run afoul of the law.
That's what I'm telling you, man. She's been arrested for DUI, shoplifting, trespassing, crimes against fashion.
Crimes against fashion? I don't think that's an actual crime, Felix.
You don't know how she dresses, man. She's been arrested for public urination, driving without a license, impersonating a Yeti.
Your cousin was arrested for impersonating a Yeti? That's a thing?
Yeah, man, don't impersonate a Yeti.
Why would I impersonate a Yeti? What is the advantage of that?
I can't answer that for you, Playboy. My cousin was also arrested for disturbing the peace, vandalism, resisting arrest, indecent exposure.
Oh, indecent exposure. What did she expose?
Her toes, man.
She was charged with indecent exposure because she exposed her toes.
She got ugly toes, man.
Felix, you can't be arrested for having ugly toes.
Real ugly toes, man.
Ugly enough that your cousin got arrested for indecent exposure?
Real ugly toes, man. My cousin's also been arrested for public intoxication, public nudity, irritating laugh.
You can't be arrested for having an irritating laugh. That is not a law.
She was arrested, charged, and convicted. My cousin's laugh is obnoxious, man. She was also arrested for unlawful dumping, prostitution, animal cruelty.
Animal cruelty?
Yeah, man. I know you got a thing for animals, Playboy.
I do. Animal cruelty is one thing I will not tolerate. What did your cousin do?
Well, she had a pet cat that she named Fuzzy.
What's criminal about that?
It was a hairless cat.
I don't know if I'd call that cruel per se. Unusual, but not cruel.
That was her defense, but she was charged anyway. She was also arrested for selling crack to a possum.
She sold crack to a possum?
An undercover possum, man.
Who has an undercover possum?
The PD, man.
Is that another animal cruelty charge?
Nah, man, my cousin was charged with the sale of a controlled substance.
To a possum!
Again, Stone, an undercover possum. She was also arrested for selling human remains without a permit.
Human remains?
Yeah, the big problem with that was that the remains were from people who were still alive.
My Lord, Felix!
My cousin, man, she gets arrested a lot. And like I said, no one in my family wants to break that record.
Do I even want to know what else is in the Foxworthy Book of World Records?
I very seriously doubt that, man.
Do you own any records in the Foxworthy Book of World Records?
Of course I do, man. I own the Foxworthy record for the fewest stabbings.
Fewest stabbings? As in getting stabbed or the act of stabbing someone else?
Well, both, actually.
Okay. That's a story for another day. I don't think I need to know anymore. We will be back next hour.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast the weekend with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
And since he's not here, he's really not working on them. NASA's historic Artemis II mission will wrap up this afternoon with a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean off the California coast. They're planning on splashing down about right now, if all goes as planned.
Correct.
The four astronauts will have traveled farther from Earth than any humans in history. When they approach, the crew's Orion capsule will cut through the atmosphere at temperatures around 5,000 degrees.
Damn.
Then after they splash down, U.S. Navy recovery teams will be quick to retrieve them for medical checks and return them to Houston. This will mark the end of humanity's first crew lunar mission in more than 50 years.
Hopefully it all works out.
Let's hope so. California firefighters are testing out a device that probably is going to be used a lot this summer that uses sound waves to put out flames. It was developed by a former NASA engineer, and it works in milliseconds. The technology emits low-frequency infrasound that disrupts the chemical reaction the fire needs to burn. It'd be a better option in the future because it uses no water or chemicals, which means it avoid water damage and toxic residue.
Nice.
If you could stop
That's
forest
pretty
fires,
damn cool.
that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Here's another cool one. Scientists studying python blood stumbled onto a clue that could lead to a new type of weight loss drug.
You ever seen a fat python? I have not.
They found a molecule called PTOS that spikes after pythons eat and tells the brain to stop feeling hungry. Humans do produce the same compound after meals. So researchers are hopeful that they can do the same thing.
Okay.
Figure out a way to have it help humans.
That'd be a tough one.
Why?
Just for me personally.
Because it comes from a snake?
Yeah. Doctor's like, no, it'll help you. It'll be easy. Like, but I gotta have snake blood in me, huh? What if I then become part snake?
More from space. Following a tremendous boom being heard by local residents in Texas, a woman in the Houston area said a meteorite once again crashed through her home's roof. This is another one of these stories. The incident occurred about 4:40 on Saturday. Reports first started trickling into local media outlets on a social media chat about noises that sounded like thunder, despite it being completely crystal clear skies. After we started getting reports about it, the news team at KHOU 11, we put a post on our Facebook page asking if people had heard or seen anything. Once we did, the reports started pouring in from various areas. Saturday night, the buzz about a possible meteorite had gotten so loud that NASA felt it's needed to respond. But for one family in Spring, Texas, there was more than just a loud noise. Sherry James reported that something crashed through a roof of her home. My grandson went to check and said there was a hole in the ceiling. I saw a rock and thought, that looks like a meteor. Fire crew initially believed that the object fell from a passing plane, maybe some of that ice stuff.
Ice poop?
That changed when reports of a loud booming noise started trickling in. One resident in another town said the boom had a long, low rumble, sounded like an explosion. Another man said the sound lasted about 15 seconds and shook his home, while another woman reported that the boom caused her home to vibrate. Others said they saw a bright streak or fireball in the sky.
Cause her home to vibrate, take that opportunity to sit on the floor.
Okay. Mike brought this story up earlier this week, but there was no conclusion to the story.
Okay.
Here is the conclusion. Science has finally settled the debate on whose farts smell worse.
Ooh.
Men or women. A scientific experiment had 16 men and women eat gassy foods. Then they used a rectal tube and gas bags in a lab to collect the releases. The gas was collected in the bags, was then sniffed, and rated by 2 independent judges.
That's how they do it. There's no science.
Who signs up for that job? I'm going to smell your farts.
Can I smell the farts?
I think it is the creepy guy in accounting and the newest hire. Hey, new guy.
Yep.
We got a job for you.
On a scale.
And Frank. I've been waiting for this.
It was my idea.
I'm actually just the janitor.
I've been smelling your seat.
On a scale from 0 was no odor and 8 was very offensive, they found that the flatulence of women had a much greater odor intensity. But men produced a larger volume of gas per toot.
Yeah.
So researchers say volume can make a bigger impact on noses than the concentration of the rotten smell. So the differences between the sexes balanced out in real life. In other words, essentially it was a tie.
Oh, come on.
I think I've read that men fart more.
We fart more.
I just think theirs are stinkier. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now to the world of reptiles. The old saying goes that if there's freshwater body of water in Florida, there is almost certainly an alligator in it. And that's how prevalent they are in the Sunshine State. They're everywhere. That said, it is still quite rare to find alligators in swimming pools. For starters, most pools in Florida are screened in and caged to keep out mosquitoes and other bugs. And the cages act as a barrier to keep out most alligators and other creatures who are seeking fresh water. But they don't always work. Case in point, an alligator was removed in Tampa, Florida. Officers were called at 3 a.m. for an alligator removal from a homeowner who found a large alligator in their pool late in the evening. The Tampa PD enlisted the help of a local trapper who works with the police department for this. All's well that ends well right, the Tampa Police Department wrote. What was thought to be a human intruder turned out to be a Florida-style uninvited guest. Just after 3 a.m., officers found the gator had let himself in for a swim. And with the assistance from a nuisance alligator trapper, the scaly suspect was safely removed, leaving the residents to finally enjoy some well-deserved gator-free sleep, they say.
You know what amazes me about that, though? We talk about, certain animals can do fresh water or salt water, and I understand whether you're breathing air or water, but pools are chlorinated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just, for some reason, just in all of these years, it never seems that the chlorine seems to have any effect on the gator at all. Because obviously they're getting it in their mouth, they're swallowing it.
What if the gator was like, I just want to relax?
Like, bro, I'm using your pool. It's crazy in the swamp. There's gators out there.
More reptile news. America has been trying to improve its border security for decades with guards and patrol agents, technology, surveillance, fences, walls, you name it. But India now has a creative solution. Indian border security officials are considering deploying crocodiles and snakes in rivers along borders. This is primarily along the wet, marshy stretches of India's border with Bangladesh, which isn't really suitable for fencing and physical barriers. Now, these areas can flood, and the river pathways shift over time. The idea is that it is possible to put a biological barrier that can make the area more challenging to cross. Now, wildlife experts say it could be a huge mistake because dumping crocodiles and snakes in the area could have a major irreversible impact on the local ecosystem. But they do admit if you did this, it probably would end up deterring people from crossing the river.
It would deter people, but also you don't guarantee they stay on the other side of the border.
That's the issue. The snakes and the crocodiles might just be like, let's go in the forest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Let's go to India.
Yeah, it's all fun and games till they attack an Indian village.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then it's an issue.
Speaking of being attacked by animals, we all know Taylor Momsen from The Pretty Reckless, right?
Yeah, she's very nice.
She's awesome. We were just talking about her earlier in the studio. She is on a tour with AC/DC right now, and it's proving that touring with AC/DC can be quite dangerous. Back in 2024, she got bit by a bat while they were on tour in Spain.
Did you see the picture of it?
The bat that bit her?
Yeah.
No.
So whatever you're picturing, she was on stage. The bat, if I remember this correctly, landed on her left thigh during the performance. And it's a big-ass bat. This thing was not small. It landed on her leg during the performance, bit her, and then flew away.
So guess what happens now? Being attacked by animals? She got bit by a venomous spider while in Mexico.
Damn.
This past week. She shared a video of herself being treated by doctors and joked that she wants to know when her superpowers are going to kick in. Quote, it wouldn't be an AC/DC tour if I didn't get bit. A massive spider decided to take a chunk out of me, and its venom did a number on my system. So I've had to have the wonderful doctors in Mexico come and try to fix this. And deliver quite the shot before the show last night. Add to the set list, Spider-Woman, Batgirl, whatever you want.
I say, if you got to get a superpower, man, you want to go Batman, you go in Spider-Man. I'm taking Spider-Man. No doubt.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'll go Batman.
He doesn't really have superpower.
Yeah, he doesn't have a superpower.
He's a badass fighter. He's a cool guy. He's got a lot of money. You know what? Just for the money alone, maybe I go Batman.
Yeah, and you get a private butler.
Because Peter Parker's broke.
Okay. I don't know if you heard the story about people that have stopped buying Doritos and other name brand snacks because they become too expensive.
Yeah.
A 7-pound bag. That's what Walmart is selling right now.
$7
bag, yeah. 7 pound.
A 7-pound bag, you got
$7
7 pounds. It's got
It's a lot of Doritos, yeah.
Of Doritos.
So basically, it's so bad that Walmart is now reducing the shelf space for these products.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, man, if you're ever in a 7-Eleven, their stuff is way cheaper and their snacks are great.
Yeah.
They really do a good job.
Look, I do not work for Frito-Lay. I want to get that out there. But off-brand Doritos are not the same, in my opinion.
They're not.
Try the 7-Eleven ones.
I've had, 7-Eleven chips, but I've had, like, the kind of generic, like, Ruffles. Fine. But, like, the Doritos, like, I don't know.
Doritos we opened a bag of nacho cheese Doritos last night. Went to kind of a housewarming for friends of ours. And the bag was sitting there, but it's all the adults. And we're like, do we open this bag? Because we knew, like, man, if we open the bag, we're going to eat the entire bag. Mm-hmm. We debated this, honest to God, for like 10 minutes. Finally, the kids came in, opened the bag, and we're like, okay, well, we didn't do it. And we crushed that bag.
By the way, the 7-Eleven Dorito ripoffs, I'm telling you, they're good. Try them.
All right.
They have a ranch and a regular Dorito one. So because of all this and how expensive things have gotten, someone asked the internet, what's something that you have officially stopped buying in 2026 because the price has become too expensive? And here are quite a few of those responses. The first one is beer at concerts. I'm not paying $19 for one beer anymore. It's absurd. I will drink before I go. I'll enjoy the show, but I'm not buying any more beer at a concert. The tickets is expensive enough.
That's fair.
Another person said, going to concerts anyway. Concert tickets are incredibly expensive. And I've just gotten to the point where I want to go to all these different shows and can't afford to do it. So I've stopped going to concerts for the time being.
It's insanity.
Almost stopped going, yeah.
Okay. Another thing, what's something you've officially stopped buying because it got too expensive? Red meat. I used to say steak, but now it's becoming beef in general. Basically, every cut of beef has gotten to be ridiculous.
Even ground beef.
Yeah. I mean,
it's ground beef.
Well, I mean, look, but the cost of fuel goes up. They still got to deliver it. That's a lot of it, man. If the price of fuel goes up, then pretty much everything you buy, the price goes up.
Is ground turkey expensive still? I mean, is it
I mean, I feel like ground turkey and ground has always been a little more expensive.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Another thing people stop buying because it's too expensive. Fast food. Prices are basically restaurant level now.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just cook at home or grab something local at a restaurant that is actually better because the price point's not that much far off.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I got to have a specific taste for something like a fish fillet.
Absolute urge.
Mm-hmm. Miles, good news. They haven't touched down in the water, but they're through the atmosphere and the
parachutes are out.
Yeah.
Artemis.
All right.
Now, kind of, because I'm like, look, anything can go wrong. And even the astronauts themselves said, this is the point that we worried about most. Not launching, not going around the dark side, but just not burning up in the atmosphere.
Yeah. More things that people stop buying in 2026 because the price has become too expensive. Computer parts. I pray my PC outlasts this insane bubble. Don't know a lot about that, but
I don't either.
They're getting expensive. Gas station coffee. I just paid $5.60 for a coffee normal size from a machine.
Jeez.
Never doing that again, just making coffee at home.
Yeah.
What else? Netflix. After subscribing for 14 years, they just raised their prices for the second time in less than 2 years. Other streaming services, including Spotify, are also climbing at a similar rate. I never pay attention to my Netflix bill.
I don't. Everyone in the house watches it, so I'm like, whatever, man.
Another thing people stopped buying because it got too expensive. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and other name brand sodas and drinks. The generics have actually gotten better, and they are much cheaper.
You'd be surprised, but Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and all the other name brands make about 95% of the quote-unquote generic sodas you get anyway.
Okay.
Plus, sometimes it's more fun to be like, you want a Dr. Pepper? Like, no, but I'll take a Mr. Fizz.
What else has become more expensive? Good chocolate.
That I can't speak on.
I mean, I just get regular chocolate.
Yeah,
I mean, I like good chocolate, but typically I'll just get like a greasy cup or something
get candy
like that.
bars. I don't know.
Cereal, Steve. Any family size of the size normal boxes were 5 years ago.
The cost has gone through the roof.
Cereal is wild.
But Cinnamon Toast Crunch still calls my name.
What's a box of cereal cost? I don't know.
I want to say it's up over $5-6 now. Assuming you get the family size one.
I feel like a box of Raisin Bran Crunch is like $7 or $8.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane.
Nail salon services. Don't know anything about this world, but I bought the supplies to try and do my own nails. We'll see how that works out. Another one. Going to car washes. My car wash now is between $17 and $20. If I wash my car at home and take an hour to do it, hopefully my water bill won't be as expensive as the actual car wash, and I'll do a better job.
I do have some Brown Bear vouchers, coupons, whatever. A ton of them. If you're interested, please let me know.
I am.
I am too.
Yeah, okay. All the crap my wife had to do at the school, somehow we ended up with just millions of these things.
Yeah, and Miles, not to cut you off, I understand NASA is super smart. It is wild to me. They said that thing would land. I was looking at it at 507. I mean, it landed like right before it turned 508.
Yeah, and it's there. They have landed. They have made it back.
That is wild.
They're better than commercial airlines.
Yeah.
By leaps and bounds.
Getting you there on
They're
time.
coming from the dark side of the moon.
But they didn't lose their goddamn bags either.
No. They can eat all the food they want.
They didn't have to go through TSA when they came through the atmosphere. It's so much easier.
They do have to go through customs.
When they get to Houston?
No, actually, when they landed on the moon, as ridiculous as this sounds, right? So, 1969 through 72, the guys that physically landed on the moon, when they got back, they had to go through customs.
Well, yeah, man, the soundstage was in Canada.
One more on the what's too expensive to buy anymore. Believe it or not, Twizzlers. They used to be $1.99 for a pound bag. Now they're $5.99 for Twizzlers. Twizzlers. We bitch about this all the time. What did you go and buy the other day, and how much did it cost?
I went to the little store over there in the Brown Building.
Yeah.
I got two drinks. One was like, the I don't know, glass Starbucks drink. The other was a Snapple, whatever, and 2 packs of gum. All right, that was it. Lady rings me up. It was $15.35. And I'm like, I have 2 drinks and 2 packs of gum. I just thought it's ridiculous.
Yep. Guy was arrested down in Florida for reckless driving in Key Largo. 55-year-old man from Montgomery, New York, was arrested on Wednesday following multiple calls regarding a reckless driver on US 1 in Key Largo. The sheriff's office received calls at approximately 7:57 a.m. in the morning of a reckless driver, including that the suspect, later identified as Timmy Mahoney, struck some cones in the area of a construction site where his vehicle then came to a stop. He then exited his truck wearing only a construction hard hat, but otherwise completely nude. No shoes, nothing.
Then why wear the hat?
Turned up his stereo and started dancing to the music right there on US 1 in Key Largo naked with a construction hard hat on. He was also then attempting to smoke marijuana from a pipe when being detained by police. Believe it or not, he was taken to jail, charged with DUI, resisting arrest, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia. There's something about the Florida Keys where most of the incidents that happen while people are naked.
Yes.
And one more final story for you. A runner from Fort Smith, Arkansas, has claimed a fast and fashionable record for the most T-shirts worn during a half marathon by a female after completing a race, 13 miles, wearing 55 T-shirts.
Jesus.
She sprinted across the finish line while all puffed up in her pullovers. Meredith Smith snatched the title from Jennifer Romano during the Fort Smith half marathon. Well, she impressively finished in less than 3 hours and 30 minutes. She's pretty good with all those T-shirts on. She has competed in more than 80 races during her quest to improve her health, yet this experience was remarkably unique as it required her to train while wearing dozens of layers of clothing. She completed the running record and it was particularly special to her. She said, "I would not have thought it would be possible when I began running in 2013 as a way to lose weight. Trying to set this record by adding weight back onto my body via T-shirts was like stepping back in time into my own shoes to physically see how far I've come."
All right.
So to prepare herself to take on the title, she wore up to 80 T-shirts during training sessions to get her body acclimated to the distance and heat difference. She said it was hard to wear all 80. She wanted to do it during the full race, but she didn't end up using that number. She just did the 55
Just
to break
55.
the Guinness World Record, but she also said she had lost over 80 pounds since she started running, and she kind of wanted to replicate when she first started out to see if she could complete this. She said it was a childhood dream to win a Guinness World Record title, and she was determined to set the bar for females in the category, which I've never heard of.
I've never heard of that until just now.
So good for her. All right, coming up here at 5:50, we do have your headlines, but in the meantime, we made it to the weekend and drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is as usual. We head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast your Seattle Mariners. That's right. After retiring as number 51 last season, the Mariners, they unveiled a statue celebrating the iconic Ichiro Suzuki earlier today outside of T-Mobile Park. Now, the bronze statue depicts Suzuki in his signature pose. We all know it. One arm extended while holding a bat, tugging on the sleeve. Anyway, a crowd gathered. The tarp covering the statue was removed for the great unveiling as they did a countdown. And that's when things got awkward. There's no other word to say it for this. The bronze bat on the statue was broken and very hard to ignore. What made it worse is, if you have not seen the video, it's not like it was broken and laying on the ground. When they pulled the tarp off, it's still kind of dangling, so it's bouncing back and forth. In other words, even if you didn't notice at first, you could not take your eyes off of the bat bouncing back and forth. And this all happened in spite of the explosion and plumes of blue and green confetti, and you're supposed to cheer. Fellow Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr., he's also in attendance there. He covered his face because it was that bad. And Ted, you said the sculptor, who's a Chicago artist, I believe, they did a close-up of him. He's just mortified.
Correct. What did they do?
That was the best thing I've seen in weeks.
What did they
man.
do to my boy?
That was the greatest thing I've seen in weeks.
I mean, look, man.
That's got to be on SportsCenter tonight.
You just need to see the video. There's a countdown, man. It's Ichiro. He's there. Ken Griffey Jr.'s there. It's a big freaking
Edgar Martinez was probably there.
They pulled the tarp off, and you're like, this is
Julio
broken.
was hiding in the corner as he wanted to take a photo of it with his hoodie up, and you could see him laughing.
I mean,
it was just comic.
Somewhere Dwayne Wade's happy.
I thought about him earlier. And the thing is, I didn't know what Ted was watching earlier today. I did not know that this had happened. And you just hear Ted out of nowhere in the office, oh, goddamn, come on. And that was...
I know.
Mariners
Hopefully
try.
it's not an omen.
Jesus, God.
Maybe it's a good luck thing.
I mean, who knows? That's what we'll tell you. It's good luck.
All right.
So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, your winner on a Bad Choice Friday is coming up next.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, the band AC/DC shocked fans when they admitted that the hit You Shook Me All Night Long was actually written from an infant's point of view. But first, while it only affects 2 to 5% of the population, medical experts are excited that they have created a non-invasive method to cure strabismus.
That's great, man. What the hell is strabismus?
Well, strabismus is a condition where eyes do not align properly due to poor muscle control, neurological issues, or high farsightedness, causing them to turn in, out, up, or down.
Cross-eyed.
Exactly.
You could have just said that, Mr. Fancy Pants. My aunt is cross-eyed.
I know that. Your Aunt, Sheila.
No. Aunt Sheila was missing an eye.
That's right. No, you've shared that with me. But your cross-eyed aunt, I met her. Aunt Tanya?
No, man. Aunt Tanya is the one I told you has rabies.
How could I forget? How is she doing having rabies and all?
Well, Tanya's getting better, man. She only bit 3 strangers last month.
Wow. Good for her. That's down from what? 7? She was biting 7 people a month?
No, man. Tanya was biting 7 people a week.
Oh. And then only 3 people a month now. That's a marked improvement. But your aunt with the cross eyes, I met her at last year's Christmas party.
Yes, you did, Playboy.
She made fantastic deviled eggs and had severely crossed eyes. Suki! It was your Aunt Suki with the cross eyes.
Nope. Aunt Suki is the one with the wooden teeth.
Oh, of course. Wooden tooth Suki.
That's her.
This is killing me. Your aunt with the cross eyes. Wheezy.
Wrong again, Playboy. Aunt Wheezy is the one that married a dog named Lester.
Your Aunt Wheezy married a dog?
Named Lester, yeah. They have 4 kids, my cousins. Benji, Beethoven, Snoopy, and Toto.
I thought your Aunt Wheezy stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
No. That was Bonnie's aunt who stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
Yeah, that was my Aunt Lisa who stole Abe Lincoln's hat. She also kidnapped a rabbi, lit a yacht on fire, and shaved a monkey at a Tibetan temple. But everyone just talks about her stealing Abe Lincoln's hat.
See, I'd be stuck on the monkey shaving thing.
At a Tibetan temple, yeah.
Your Aunt Lisa has quite the resume, Bonnie. But Felix, your cross-eyed aunt. Mary! Cross-eyed Mary!
You got it, man. Cross-eyed Mary, like the song.
How could I have forgotten? Yes, Mary. Your Aunt Mary should have an interest in this new medical procedure. There have been surgeries, lenses, and other methods to correct crossed eyes, but this new procedure is low impact and shows great promise.
If we do a segment about it, we should have your aunt on, Felix.
Cannot be done. She is currently in prison.
Why is your Aunt Mary in prison?
Authorities found out that her deviled eggs were intentionally laced with urine and fecal matter.
What?
Those deviled eggs you like so much at the Christmas party? Yeah, they were laced with urine and fecal matter.
No, I heard you. I didn't know.
I did, man. That's why I didn't eat any. That's disgusting, Playboy.
And you let me eat them. Unbelievable. Oh, Lord, I'm starting to feel sick. Go to break. We need to go to break.
on.
Join us tomorrow at the Black Raven Brewing in Woodinville for the return of the Red Party. Doors open at 1. The party starts at 2. New originals taking the stage.
Yeah.
The ticket price includes a 6-pack of the original Red to take home with you. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow up in Woodinville. So we salute the Red today on a Bad Choice Friday. Toby Keith and Red Solo Cup taking on Prince and Little Red Corvette. Ted, how was the voting?
You know, closer than I thought it would be. And tomorrow's a great day to drink beer, but you know what you shouldn't do when you're drinking, Miles? Drive anything, especially a little red Corvette. But you could drink a beer out of a Red Solo Cup.
You saying Toby Keith won?
He did.
Welcome to the weekend. You're listening to the Men's Room, 99.9 KISW, Seattle.
Tonight, the band AC/DC shocked fans when they admitted that the hit You Shook Me All Night Long was actually written from an infant's point of view. But first, while it only affects 2 to 5% of the population, medical experts are excited that they have created a non-invasive method to cure strabismus.
That's great, man. What the hell is strabismus?
Well, strabismus is a condition where eyes do not align properly due to poor muscle control, neurological issues, or high farsightedness, causing them to turn in, out, up, or down.
Cross-eyed.
Exactly.
You could have just said that, Mr. Fancy Pants. My aunt is cross-eyed.
I know that. Your Aunt, Sheila.
No. Aunt Sheila was missing an eye.
That's right. No, you've shared that with me. But your cross-eyed aunt, I met her. Aunt Tanya?
No, man. Aunt Tanya is the one I told you has rabies.
How could I forget? How is she doing having rabies and all?
Well, Tanya's getting better, man. She only bit 3 strangers last month.
Wow. Good for her. That's down from what? 7? She was biting 7 people a month?
No, man. Tanya was biting 7 people a week.
Oh. And then only 3 people a month now. That's a marked improvement. But your aunt with the cross eyes, I met her at last year's Christmas party.
Yes, you did, Playboy.
She made fantastic deviled eggs and had severely crossed eyes. Suki. It was your Aunt Suki with the cross eyes.
Nope. Aunt Suki is the one with the wooden teeth.
Oh, of course. Wooden tooth Suki.
That's her.
This is killing me. Your aunt with the cross eyes. Wheezy.
Wrong again, Playboy. Aunt Wheezy is the one that married a dog named Lester.
Your Aunt Wheezy married a dog?
Named Lester, yeah. They have 4 kids, my cousins. Benji, Beethoven, Snoopy, and Toto.
I thought your Aunt Wheezy stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
No. That was Bonnie's aunt who stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
Yeah, that was my Aunt Lisa who stole Abe Lincoln's hat. She also kidnapped a rabbi, lit a yacht on fire, and shaved a monkey at a Tibetan temple. But everyone just talks about her stealing Abe Lincoln's hat.
See, I'd be stuck on the monkey shaving thing.
At a Tibetan temple, yeah.
Your Aunt Lisa has quite the resume, Bonnie. But Felix, your cross-eyed aunt. Mary! Cross-eyed Mary!
You got it, man. Cross-eyed Mary, like the song.
How could I have forgotten? Yes, Mary. Your Aunt Mary should have an interest in this new medical procedure. There have been surgeries, lenses, and other methods to correct crossed eyes, but this new procedure is low impact and shows great promise.
If we do a segment about it, we should have your aunt on, Felix.
Cannot be done. She is currently in prison.
Why is your Aunt Mary in prison?
Authorities found out that her deviled eggs were intentionally laced with urine and fecal matter.
What?
Those deviled eggs you like so much at the Christmas party? Yeah, they were laced with urine and fecal matter.
No, I heard you. I didn't know.
I did, man. That's why I didn't eat any. That's disgusting, Playboy.
And you let me eat them. Unbelievable. Oh, Lord, I'm starting to feel sick. Go to break. We need to go to break.
KISW.
Now for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Miles, what are we doing tomorrow? We're doing our Return of the Red Party at 2 o'clock tomorrow at Black Raven Brewing in Woodinville.
Anything else going on?
Well, there's a chess tournament.
There
Ted.
is a chess tournament.
That's right.
All right. There's a new documentary on Netflix about basically the drama in the chess world of late, right? It's called Checkmate.
Okay.
So they have this whole series called Untold, right? So like the Florida Gators one was like 3 parts, but I like these documentaries. They're usually like a little over an hour or 90 minutes. So the only thing I knew about this chess story was Thrill bringing it up. And this goes back to there's an American guy. He wins this big tournament.
Yes.
And they accused him of cheating. And then the only thing they could figure out is that he may have had a butt plug in. And somehow that's how he was cheating.
Through vibration.
Correct.
Yeah, like he had like a spotter or something that would. It sounds stupid. This is honestly what we know from the news anyway. And his spotter like buzzes ass for certain moves. I mean, I don't know enough about chess or vibrating butt plugs to know, but they were connected and it was a big freaking deal.
So everybody knows Marcus Carlson.
Oh,
okay. Can I say one more thing, Ted?
Mangus Carlson.
Those are also.
By the way, he's never been found guilty of any of this.
About a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, they had a story, and it was kind of a thing that people would do who are into that kind of thing. So these plugs are operated by an app.
Yeah.
All right. Now your significant other could have that app on their phone, log into your account, and maybe let's say that they're doing, I don't know, a presentation at work, or they're at dinner with someone. You have the opportunity remotely to turn that thing on regardless of what they're doing.
Right.
So it's like a week challenge. It's just like, I'll get you back. But you got to wear this thing.
Right.
Right. So this Magnus Carlson guy, he's been established for the last 15 years, right? He was a boy genius. He's the best player.
Okay.
Right? Then you have this Hans Niemann guy, right? So this Hans Niemann guy, who is the American, he basically gets pretty famous on chess.com. Now, I did not realize chess.com never had the greatest champion on there because he was on a different site. So and I'm telling you, I don't know how Netflix does it, but they get people to relive these stories. So you don't know their real feelings on it towards the end. So they were talking about COVID. Chess.com gets massive, right? Right after that, Queen's Gambit comes out.
Okay, all right.
So this dude, Hans, is dominating, but on chess.com, but also and there you can see the person you're playing with, but he's like, you got to do it, what do they call it, over the board or on the board.
Okay.
That's how you prove. So he goes to a couple tournaments, and he's good. He's just not that level, right? He's a grandmaster, but there's super grandmasters and this and that. So he goes around the world. He leaves his home when he's a teenager, moves to New York City, travels around the world. He's very brash, right? Which is kind of good for a sport like that. Then they have this massive tournament in St. Louis, and he beats Magnus. And when they interview him afterwards, he just says, chess don't lie. So he becomes this internet sensation. But this Magnus guy is like, there's no way he can beat me. He's got to be cheating, right? And basically the opening move he used, I was telling Thrill, it really gives you in-depth on chess, too. I didn't realize there's like ways in chess, like you can already have won, but I might just toy with you for a while, Miles, just to kind of
It's the orca with the seal. Yes, I can kill and eat you now, and that's going to happen, but I'm going to throw you around.
And there's other defenses you can use, too, right? I get why everybody says soccer is like built off chess. You can kind of suck people in, then use a counter.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is, at first, you're like, all right, good for Hans, the American. He's young, he's brash, but he's winning. But he doesn't consistently beat this guy, and he doesn't win. And then the main champion, so chess.com, they were worried about cheating. So they have this whole system, and they're like, we could figure out if you're cheating. Turns out Hans had been cheating on chess.com.
All right.
More than he had confessed to. They can't prove that he cheated in these on-the-board tournaments. But since that happened, and they played, and Hans won a court battle because he's like, you've destroyed my life work. I can't go anywhere without people talking to me about butt plugs. And he's like, I don't want to talk about them. The guy seems insane, almost like somebody put it best. They go, you're uncomfortable when you're in a room with him. Like I said, he's obviously a genius, and he says it. He's like, look, I'm a genius. But it comes with crazy thoughts.
What did you tell me today? You said he's a guy, he's probably a great chess player. He also might kill people. You said that was the general vibe you got off of this dude.
Correct. And he goes and he plays in that famous, Washington Square or whatever in New York City with the speech. He dominates that. Like, he's very good. And he did win other tournaments in other countries, but they're just like, there's no way he got this good in a couple weeks and could beat these grand champions. But so basically, the grand champion and his dad, because they're going to combine with chess.com now.
Okay.
So they go, use your technology to figure it out. And they're like, all right, because everybody's convinced he's cheating. They do the technology, and they're like, we ran it through a computer, all this stuff. They won't tell you exactly how they do it. And they're like, our conclusion is he didn't cheat. Look, you can hear it in my voice. I don't know if he's cheating or not in these tournaments.
Right.
It's wild. And his whole point is, Hans's point is like, look, chess.com needs Magnus because they're going to make more money. So they're all against me. They're all conspiring against me. I mean, the whole thing's crazy. That thing came out 2 days ago. I watched it last night. Now I think he's going to sue another guy that was in the documentary talking bad about him. I mean,
what did he say other than ruining my life with the butt plugs? And as dumb as all of this sounds, that was the thing where chess.com says, look, we can't prove he's cheating. And I don't know who suggested it, but I do remember vividly They're like, look, the vibrating butt plug thing, he must have a spotter or something like that. So
Correct, because you could watch the games online.
Right. So for certain moves, and it sounds dumb, they buzz his ass and he kind of knows what to do or what not to do.
So this is what doesn't help him, is his answers suck. Right? Like sometimes they ask him, like, how did you know how to do that? And he goes, I don't know. So when he played this Magnus guy in this big tournament in St. Louis, Magnus, sorry, chess people, I don't know enough, but he's like, he opens up with some move that is just unheard of.
Okay.
You would never dare to do it. Like, he did it. Nobody knows how to defend this. Hans knows how to defend it and beats it. Not just beats him, whoops his butt. Like, Magnus is like, I haven't been beaten like that in years.
Right.
So everybody's like, how did you know how to defend that move and own him? And he goes, I don't know. Last night I just thought about that move and you might pull it out. And there's like 10,000 different openings or something. And they're just like, you just magically the night before this tournament. See, I can see it in my. I'm looking straight at my. I can see it in your eyes.
Thought of this move that no one's ever done.
Yeah. So like the documentary ends, and I'm like, I don't know. And I guess that's kind of the point of it. He still plays chess. That was the other thing. Chess.com had kicked him off their website.
Okay.
And he's like, you took money from me. So I mean, he sued him for $100 million. They obviously settled out of court. The Magnus guy is just very intense. He's a little bit on the spectrum, and he's like, he's from like Denmark. Right? So very deadpan.
Matter of fact.
Yeah. The two guys that run chess.com, they don't look like normal chess players. They're in the gym. I think they might be together. Like, it's a mess.
Sounds like there's a lot going on there.
There is. And people will make the argument, which I get, it's good. You know, look, I'm talking about chess.
It is good for chess. I mean,
correct.
Playing 4D chess, as it were, this is good for what it is you do because it will create interest. And sadly, if their goal is to generate interest, then this is the best thing that could happen for them.
And people say who they're playing 4D chess, they're not.
Yeah, most of the time.
No, in the news.
Yeah, but it's a super good show. Again, Netflix Untold Checkmates. I mean, granted, to that guy that hated the idea of the golf tournament, I wouldn't have watched that show last night, but I was like, wait a minute, we're having a chess tournament. I got to see what's going on. And I mean,
see what Josh has done.
Thanks, Josh. I was enthralled. I'm telling you, watch it this weekend. It'll blow your mind. And it's the same way like today, right?
No, why don't you play chess with us at the party tomorrow?
You could, yeah. I don't know. I want
to watch 4D chess.
I want to watch it too.
You're not kidding at the first move. I said one of the kids on my son's volleyball team, he's a state champion. In fact, he was in Iceland
in chess.
For chess. He was in Iceland a couple of weeks ago doing whatever international thing. But the kid's like 13, 14 years old. So every time we stay at a hotel, he brings down his chessboard and everyone tries to beat him. So I finally sit down. I'm like, all right. And he's like, look, man, I'm going to beat you. I said, I know you're going to beat you, but I'm going to put up a fight. And he's like, okay. I move my pawn. He's like, I guess it's 8 pawns across. So whichever one I grab, I just grabbed a random pawn. I move one space ahead.
Don't you move 2 on the first one?
You can move 2.
Okay.
You don't have to.
All right.
So I move 1 because I'm going to throw him off. He's like, you already lost. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to beat you. But like you said, I'm going to toy with you a bit, and then I will go back and explain to you why you picked the wrong pawn, which in my mind was ridiculous. And look, he took me out in no time, right? I mean, and I'm trying my best. It's not like you're trying to be lenient because he's a kid. This kid whipped my ass. And he goes, well, when you grab that one, so keep in mind, if I play chess, I will not move that pawn again. But he goes, once you move that, I knew I had the opening within 4 moves to checkmate you. I'm like, are you kidding? And but when he explains it, it's so fast I don't remember. But he goes, well, once you move that piece, I can do this, this, and this. I'm going to let you take my knight because that's what you're going to do, and I'm going to goad you into it. And he goes, it's a matter of me pretending that I'm thinking about the move I'm going to do. You'll think you got me. You're going to wait about 2 moves. And it's almost like you read my mind. So you're going to wait 2 moves to see if I'm going to move a little closer. You're going to take it out, and that gives me the opening, and then I'm going to checkmate you. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I mean, he took on an entire team of 18-year-olds, right? So the 18-year-old volleyball team, they show up. And all of them, he goes, you can play together if you want. So one kid is moving the actual pieces, but this one kid, he'd move a piece, and all the 18, these are now officially grown men, right? They confer like in a huddle, all right, man, I would do this over here, I would do it. And none of them are stupid.
Yeah.
They make a move, and he's like, all right. And 3 moves, this is done. And they're like, BS. People that play chess that get it, you're smarter than me, man. I don't understand.
It made me like chess a lot more. I didn't realize there was so much trash talking.
You gonna play tomorrow?
No, I do not know what I'm doing. This weekend, sports-wise, the Mariners are playing. Hopefully their bats work.
Astros for 4 games, I believe, over the weekend.
Yeah, you got the Masters tournament going on, but more importantly, we'll see you tomorrow over there at Black Rivalry from 2 to 5 p.m.
Yeah, for the
Return of the Red Party
and chess tournament. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Tonight, the band AC/DC shocked fans when they admitted that the hit You Shook Me All Night Long was actually written from an infant's point of view. But first, while it only affects 2 to 5% of the population, medical experts are excited that they have created a non-invasive method to cure strabismus.
That's great, man. What the hell is strabismus?
Well, strabismus is a condition where eyes do not align properly due to poor muscle control, neurological issues, or high farsightedness, causing them to turn in, out, up, or down.
Cross-eyed.
Exactly.
You could have just said that, Mr. Fancy Pants. My aunt is cross-eyed.
I know that. Your Aunt, Sheila.
No. Aunt Sheila was missing an eye.
That's right. No, you've shared that with me. But your cross-eyed aunt, I met her. Aunt Tanya?
No, man. Aunt Tanya is the one I told you has rabies.
How could I forget? How is she doing having rabies and all?
Well, Tanya's getting better, man. She only bit 3 strangers last month.
Wow. Good for her. That's down from what? 7? She was biting 7 people a month?
No, man. Tanya was biting 7 people a week.
Oh. And then only 3 people a month now. That's a marked improvement. But your aunt with the cross eyes, I met her at last year's Christmas party.
Yes, you did, Playboy.
She made fantastic deviled eggs and had severely crossed eyes. Suki. It was your Aunt Suki with the cross eyes.
Nope. Aunt Suki's the one with the wooden teeth.
Oh, of course. Wooden tooth Suki.
That's her.
This is killing me. Your aunt with the cross eyes. Wheezy.
Wrong again, Playboy. Aunt Wheezy's the one that married a dog named Lester.
Your Aunt Wheezy married a dog?
Named Lester, yeah. They have 4 kids, my cousins. Benji, Beethoven, Snoopy, and Toto.
I thought your Aunt Wheezy stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
No. That was Bonnie's aunt who stole Abe Lincoln's hat.
Yeah, that was my Aunt Lisa who stole Abe Lincoln's hat. She also kidnapped a rabbi, lit a yacht on fire, and shaved a monkey at a Tibetan temple. But everyone just talks about her stealing Abe Lincoln's hat.
See, I'd be stuck on the monkey shaving thing.
At a Tibetan temple, yeah.
Your Aunt Lisa has quite the resume, Bonnie. But Felix, your cross-eyed aunt. Mary! Cross-eyed Mary!
You got it, man. Cross-eyed Mary, like the song.
How could I have forgotten? Yes, Mary. Your Aunt Mary should have an interest in this new medical procedure. There have been surgeries, lenses, and other methods to correct crossed eyes, but this new procedure is low impact and shows great promise.
If we do a segment about it, we should have your aunt on, Felix.
Cannot be done. She is currently in prison.
Why is your Aunt Mary in prison?
Authorities found out that her deviled eggs were intentionally laced with urine and fecal matter.
What?
Those deviled eggs you like so much at the Christmas party? Yeah, they were laced with urine and fecal matter.
No, I heard you. I didn't know.
I did, man. That's why I didn't eat any. That's disgusting, Playboy.
And you let me eat them. Unbelievable. Oh, Lord, I'm starting to feel sick. Go to break. We need to go to break.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, a white supremacist who has spent years bragging about his Anglo-Saxon heritage just found out that he is 100% Korean. But first, some records just weren't meant to be broken.
Oh, I don't know about that, man.
Why do you say that?
The Foxworthy Book of World Records.
The Foxworthy Book of World Records. What exactly is the Foxworthy Book of World Records?
Exactly what it sounds like, man. My whole family keeps a book of records of what we've done. At every family reunion, we see who can outdo each other.
What kinds of records are in the Foxworthy Book of World Records?
It all started years ago when my cousin Marvin bet us that he could eat 300 glue sticks in 60 seconds.
Wait a minute, your cousin...
Marvin?
Yes, your cousin Marvin ate 300 glue sticks in 1 minute?
Nah, man. Marvin ate 227 glue sticks in 1 minute. He still owns that record, but after that, we changed the record to who could eat the most glue sticks in 1 minute and live.
Marvin died?
Yes, Stone. The man ate 227 glue sticks in 60 seconds, Playboy.
That is insane, Felix. But it reinforces my point that some records are not meant to be broken.
Fair enough. My other cousin's been arrested 36 times in the last 5 years. No one in my family wants to break that record.
He's been arrested 36 times?
C has been arrested 36 times in the last 5 years.
What does your cousin do to keep getting herself arrested?
Well, the simple answer is that she keeps getting caught.
Yes, Felix, I gathered that. I'm asking what it is that she does that makes her a repeat offender.
Well, that's the thing, man. She's not a repeat offender.
She's been arrested 36 times, Felix.
Yeah, but she's committed 36 different crimes. She never committed the same crime twice. That's part of the record, man.
Your cousin has found 36 different ways to run afoul of the law.
That's what I'm telling you, man. She's been arrested for DUI, shoplifting, trespassing, crimes against fashion.
Crimes against fashion? I don't think that's an actual crime, Felix.
You don't know how she dresses, man. She's been arrested for public urination, driving without a license, impersonating a Yeti.
Your cousin was arrested for impersonating a Yeti? That's a thing?
Yeah, man, don't impersonate a Yeti.
Why would I impersonate a Yeti? What is the advantage of that?
I can't answer that for you, Playboy. My cousin was also arrested for disturbing the peace, vandalism, resisting arrest, indecent exposure.
Oh, indecent exposure. What did she expose?
Her toes, man.
She was charged with indecent exposure because she exposed her toes.
She got ugly toes, man.
Felix, you can't be arrested for having ugly toes.
Real ugly toes, man.
Ugly enough that your cousin got arrested for indecent exposure?
Real ugly toes, man. My cousin's also been arrested for public intoxication, public nudity, irritating laugh.
You can't be arrested for having an irritating laugh. That is not a law.
She was arrested, charged, and convicted. My cousin's laugh is obnoxious, man. She was also arrested for unlawful dumping, prostitution, animal cruelty.
Animal cruelty?
Yeah, man. I know you got a thing for animals, Playboy.
I do. Animal cruelty is one thing I will not tolerate. What did your cousin do?
Well, she had a pet cat that she named Fuzzy.
What's criminal about that?
It was a hairless cat.
I don't know if I'd call that cruel per se. Unusual, but not cruel.
That was her defense, but she was charged anyway. She was also arrested for selling crack to a possum.
She sold crack to a possum?
An undercover possum, man.
Who has an undercover possum?
The PD, man.
Is that another animal cruelty charge?
Nah, man, my cousin was charged with the sale of a controlled substance.
To a possum?
Again, Stone, an undercover possum. She was also arrested for selling human remains without a permit.
Human remains?
Yeah, the big problem with that was that the remains were from people who were still alive.
My Lord, Felix!
My cousin, man, she gets arrested a lot. And like I said, no one in my family wants to break that record.
Do I even want to know what else is in the Foxworthy Book of World Records?
I very seriously doubt that, man.
Do you own any records in the Foxworthy Book of World Records?
Of course I do, man. I own the Foxworthy record for the fewest stabbings.
Fewest stabbings? As in getting stabbed or the act of stabbing someone else?
Well, both, actually.
Okay. That's a story for another day. I don't think I need to know anymore. We will be back next hour.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. It helps us a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media pages at Inaction News.
returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. The McDonald's CEO who criticized in that viral video now throws his mom under the bus. Meanwhile, a woman gets peppers on her sandwich at Subway and makes quite the fuss. Florida duo had a dead alligator tied to the roof of their car. A South Korean searches for a wolf they hope did not go too far. And a civil war just broke out in Uganda among chimpanzees. It is time for your headlines.
Oh, hi there, everybody.
I can never tell. Do I leave Mike's part in there or not?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Either way, he's not here. As we talked about a little bit earlier, we are happy to say that the 4 astronauts on the Artemis 2 mission, they have safely splashed down wherever the hell they were. What's crazy is 10-day mission, go around the dark side of the moon, all this kind of crap. But the speed with which they hit the water when they finally landed back here on planet Earth, only 19 miles an hour.
Wow.
So those
They
parachutes,
came in at 5,000 miles an hour.
Right. Those parachutes, whatever else they do, man, 19 miles an hour. That's it. Now, keep in mind, imagine being in your car, you're strapped in, but you still hit a brick wall at 19 miles an hour. A little bit of a jolt.
And watching it go through when it's just, I mean, it looks like it's on fire.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
You know, it is absolutely insane. But yeah, man, they made it back. So, a successful mission. I'm very happy about that. I was looking at the story earlier. I'm like, well, this headline goes one of two ways. Either, hey, in memoriam, or they landed safely. Glad to say they landed safely. Very cool stuff. And to put it in perspective, the astronauts themselves had said before splashdown that the 40 minutes that they could not communicate, and think about this, with anyone on Earth, right, because on the dark side of the moon, they said that's a conversation we had, but it didn't really bother you other than saying you realize there's 8 billion people we cannot talk to. 40 minutes. They said the real thing they're worried about is coming back into the atmosphere because, again, you're traveling at 5,000 miles an hour and everything outside of you is burning up, but they made it safely. Great success for NASA, man, so good for them.
Right, because there's the Challenger, but wasn't there another one in the early 2000s that exploded?
Columbia.
Yeah, on re-entry.
And that's the thing. Yeah, they were not that far away from the target where they're going to land, and the thing burned up in the actual atmosphere. So that's always, look, everything can go wrong. The launch itself could go wrong. You could blow up. See Challenger. You could spiral off into space, going around the moon. That didn't happen. And then re-entry, as I understand it, for most of the scientists and all the people that work at NASA, they're like, that is the single most critical part.
Yep.
Right? So they made it back.
Crazy.
Good on them,
Yeah,
man.
congrats.
That is freaking insane. Now, let's talk about the single most important thing that has happened in 2026. I think we'll all agree. That would be Chris Kempinski. That's the McDonald's chief that posted the ill-advised tiny bite video of him tasting the new big arch that they're serving at McDonald's. Well, he's back in the news, and this time it's still about the tiny bite he made of the new big arch. So if you don't remember, he put out a video advertising the new big arch sandwich, but his little teeny tiny bite did not play well online. His viewers wondered if he actually eats the food that he sells. And the brief bite clip, it sparked a wave of mockery and inspired rival fast food executives, including our buddy at Burger King and Wendy's, to post their own on-camera taste test. Well, he finally decided to come clean and explain why he took such a teeny tiny bite. He's blaming it on his mother. He says his mother's table manners are partly to blame for the now infamous nibble of the Big Arch Burger. Speaking with the Wall Street Journal, he explained, quote, I think, I blame it all on my mom because she told me, don't talk with your mouth full. And I think probably in that case, I should have just said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm going to talk with my mouth full. There you go. Case closed. It's not that he doesn't eat
His mouth still wasn't full.
But
That guy should have stopped.
I don't know why he brought it up, but he did. To me, he just made it worse, but there you go. All right. You ever thought, you know what, I'm going to give up my cush job over $10 for parking? No? Well, the judge right here in Washington State, he's been removed from the bench after he forged a document to get a $10 parking break. So the state Supreme Court, they booted the pro-term judge when David Rizuma over the incident. Now, Rizuma, he created a letter that bore an official seal and another judge's signature stamp used without permission and handed it to a parking attendant. Because you see, as a pro-term judge, he's not entitled to the $10 break off the usual $30 parking fee that's granted to King County employees at the county court. But he felt that he should have been. So he maintains that he submitted the phony document as a joke to the attendant. Yeah, the court didn't buy it. So he's a local attorney, and he serves as a judge pro tempore for about a decade. Those are the judges that are appointed, temporarily filled during illness or to raise caseloads. Anyway, he's now off the list of the judges because, again, he wanted to save $10 on his $30 parking.
That's insanity.
Maybe they should do that here in this building. I'm just throwing it out there. All right, I don't know if you've heard this. A civil war has broken out in the country of Uganda. Unlike most civil wars, the warring factions in this case, the chimpanzees. That's what unfolded among two clusters of chimps, a group of 200 that apparently was popularized in the documentary Chimp Empire. Don't remember that documentary myself, but apparently they've been following these chimps. So primatologist one Aaron Sandel, he says, quote, I feel like a war correspondent in a way, seeing so many dead bodies. Well, so many dead bodies equals 28, but all 28 deaths have come from this central cluster of chimpanzees. The general idea is, for the last 2 decades, these two separate groups of chimpanzees, they've been working together. They groom each other, they hunt together, etc. However, the dominating males from each one has died within recent years, and whatever conversations chimpanzees have when they're back with their cluster, they've decided to go to war with each other. And believe it or not, the smaller faction of chimpanzees is now taking up the larger faction.
They've got 3 dominant
of chimpanzees.
Right. So apparently Jane Goodall noticed this at one point in her studies.
Yeah.
And said it's probably just a one-off. Like, this doesn't happen all the time.
She thinks this one's just...
Well, no, the one that she witnessed
that she saw
30, 40 years ago.
Oh, well, guess what, Jane?
Yeah.
It's back, and, like, it is for real, man. I mean, it's a serious thing. Let's see. We may not know exactly what led to the Ugandan chimpanzee violence, but we do know what led to violence in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it's exactly what you'd expect. Peppers. A woman in St. Petersburg, she tore up a Subway restaurant because she was upset about the peppers on her sandwich, and she demanded a new one. So, after placing an online order, I'm not making this name up, I'm Unique Clark, that is her name. She picked up her sandwich at the Subway near her residence. She used her Sub Club rewards points. That way, the sandwich was free. Well, shortly after she came back to the store, she was upset about the peppers on her sandwich. She demanded a new one. The Subway employee told her, look, man, the sandwich was made how you ordered it online and provided proof, and so the new grub would not be forthcoming. Well, in the wake of that denial, she pushed the cash register and printer off the counter. She then reached into the cookie display and threw the cookies onto the floor. That pisses me off.
Yeah.
Her rage was recorded by store security camera. As they say, the defendant also used her real name and phone number when placing the order. She ended up being arrested and had to post a $500 bail.
Damn.
To get out of jail. We're going to leave it at that. In the meantime, we're getting the hell up out of here.
We'll see you tomorrow at Black Raven Brewing in Woodinville. The doors open at 1 for the party. The party starts at 2. We'll see you there for the return of the Red.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. Hope to see you tomorrow. But until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.